NFL, San Antonio's Sports Center.
The San Antonio Spurs got back in the win column with a 116-96 win over the Sacramento Kings to improve 5-6 on the year. Wemby had 34, 14, 6, and 3, a fully stuffed box evening. Devin Vassell came off the bench with 12. The Miami Dolphins beat the Los Angeles Rams in L.A. 23-15. Tua with 20 for 28, 207 yards and a touchdown. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning to you, San Antonio, Texas. Welcome in. It's the Morning Huddle. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. I'm your friendly and lovable host, A.J. Hoffman. Joined, as always, by the handsome and debonair Mr. Rob Thompson. Hello, Robert. How are you this morning?
You got the intro right. Morning, sir.
Thank you.
Morning.
Thank you. Good morning, Victor. Your mic's off, but okay, same thing.
Yell really loud.
Well, yell louder. Yeah.
Through the glass.
Yep. Vic is here.
On the other side
Vic
of
is
the
here.
double-paned glass stands
You
Vic
can't hear
Brown
him now, but he is here.
On the one,
I'm right here.
Two. There he is.
There he is. What a day it is. It's Tuesday. Rob calls it Little Hump Day.
Little tiny hump day.
Little baby bump day.
Something like that.
Something, I don't know.
That was in the 80s.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago. We don't do
Miami
stuff like
Vice. Rob and I had a field trip last night.
Yeah, we did our local sporting duty.
We are very, very in tune with the local community.
Yes.
I mean,
We're of the people. Por toda la gente.
There is no doubt. We are, we're out there. We're in it.
Yeah, we're in it all right.
We are very famous. We were seen on television last night.
Yeah, I had a text that we walked behind a live shot.
Mm-hmm. We walked right behind Sean Elliott.
Yeah, and walked behind a live shot of him, and I think I was picking my nose.
Rob threw up a gang sign.
I did my.
What was that?
I don't know.
White guy gang signs aren't nearly as tough as.
Yeah, it's
we're part of the Doves.
Butterfly.
Yeah. That's awful.
That gang, they don't fear. I'm not afraid of those guys at all.
Well, that's what you think. That's what you think, Bubba.
Somebody dropped the bird on you.
That's right. And yeah, it was a good time. We like I said, we are very famous,
and we're good luck. I mean, we brought the win.
I don't want to brag, but yeah, you're pretty much right.
I mean, we were there in both spirit and hey, we
did the Spurs beat the Jazz when we weren't there?
No, we weren't. They didn't. They were 1 point short. The Spurs have changed things for the press this year.
Meaning,
used to they would feed us. They would have food in the press room. We'd go and they'd have. You never knew. Talk. It was always a soup,
meatloaf.
No, but sometimes it wouldn't be shocking. You never knew. I've had better press food, and I've certainly had a lot worse. So
okay.
I've never in a complaint. It's free. In some places, they even make you pay for your press food. Here, you never had to. Never had, and still don't. But now you get a little coupon, little card.
A voucher
that you can go and use at the various, cool restaurants,
mm-hmm.
which that's a great idea.
There you go.
Now, you don't get a drink. But you get,
you get a drink in the press room.
Yeah, you get a free drink, and they still have halftime popcorn and cookies, which, they know how to keep the press happy.
Mm-hmm.
So
very
last
soft
night was,
cookies even.
yeah, they're almost underbaked, really.
A little bit.
I won't complain. It was, early in the
Free.
season. Yeah, free. But you know what? Speaking of, it was one of the few soda dispensers, Coke dispensers, if you're from Texas, that used to that doesn't have. Well, it used to have Mr. Pibb.
Oh, I love Mr. Pibb.
Not anymore. It's gone.
No.
We lost the Mr. Pibb spigot. They replaced it with the Coke and the black label.
Coke Zero.
Coke Zero.
That's good.
There we go. I'll take that
I
one.
want the old school Coke, man. I'm high test. I'm old school.
I like Coke Zero better than Coke.
I want lots of high
I think
fructose
they
corn
have
syrup.
Mr.
I need
Pibb's
more high fructose corn syrup.
I think they do too, but Mr. Pibb is
Man,
It's
I love
poor
that
man's
drink.
Dr. Pepper.
it's knockoff Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, it's poor guy.
I don't need that.
It's like RC Cola.
Yeah.
It's it's got its own little
I don't-
place in the world.
I don't want Dr. Thunder. I don't
No,
want,
I don't want that. I don't. Dr. Thunder's.
Dr. B.
and everybody's had a Dr. B.
Don't want
Yeah.
Dr. B.
Or a Dr. Thunder. Or white.
HEB does a lot of things right. Dr. B ain't one of them.
You know what? I don't mind it.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
good.
Because
gross.
it's not even a poor man's Dr. Pepper. Dr. B is a poor man's Mr. Pibb.
Yeah.
And we're 2 generations removed. But I can still
Dr.
deal with
B
it.
is trash.
It's, well,
Diet Dr. B is good.
again.
Oh, they make Diet Dr. B?
Yes, they
oh.
do.
Oh,
It's in a silver can. I buy it once in a while.
now that one is frightening. But so they changed things, and now you get to go and do a little shopping. We had birria last night, which I had the nachos. It was a worthy attempt. The birria, the meat itself wasn't bad. You had what?
Birria ramen. But
God.
It looked good.
I think here, first of all, I've got 2 issues, 3 issues now. Issue 1, I guess if I were to pay for that meal, it would be like $15-16.
At least, yeah.
I would have been very disappointed in the portion
Probably
size.
your portions, but I'll tell you, it looked steaming and hot, and it looked like the noodles were
Was.
Yeah.
That brings me to complaint number 2.
Uh-oh.
I'm a ramen connoisseur. I love ramen. But
Like real ramen, not
this
not
was
the pork flavor that you get by the case.
This was the dry ramen, like a brick of
So it
dry
was the pork
ramen,
ramen
that
that-
was like the noodles were the dried out noodles.
The ones that are actually have more nutritional value, just slightly less than the package they're in.
Yes.
That kind of stuff.
And then number 3 didn't hit me till this morning.
Oh.
But
Oh.
you got to be careful where you order birria from. I got to be a little more
Discerning.
about.
You'd have thought.
Maybe like
Birria
concession
at a
stand.
basketball game, a concession stand would have been
Maybe that's
brewed
not.
for hours lovingly by someone's Tia in the back.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's not the move.
No, you don't think so?
Maybe that's not the move.
They
It's
didn't
like,
look like them at serving.
maybe don't get carnitas at a gas station. Just maybe not the move.
So maybe the source.
No.
Although from here on out, we will now do we'll do our taste test. We'll go someplace else
Yeah.
because it's now.
Well, now there's a chicken tender place right
Yeah.
there. You can get a bulgogi bowl.
Yeah. And when was the last time you got a good bowl of bulgogi?
I don't know what
You
that
know.
is.
Big
It's like
fat
a
bowl of
Korean
bulgogi?
sweet beef. Ooh, it's good.
You ever had?
Never
How are
had
you
it.
on sweet meat, Vic?
I've never had it.
I'm looking at the different. I took a picture of the menu of the things that we could go to yesterday.
You can get a personal pan pizza.
Yeah, you could go to You could go to North Roadhouse and get tenders, your
Okay.
standard stuff. You go to SA Grill and get your standard stuff. North Crust, you get your pizzas, your meatballs. South Crust, you get your meatballs.
Uh-huh.
Then we had at the Birria Grill, Ultra Club Bar where you get some braised chicken salad,
Okay.
honey hot chicken sandwich. That might be worth the escalator trip.
Is there anything on a stick?
Nothing on although we do have the Soul Stop with the bulgogi bowl. You can go with chicken beef or the ever popular tofu.
Mm.
Man, used to you just
Yeah.
got like meatloaf. So I appreciate the upgrade, man. Go ahead, Spurs. That's the way to
Yeah.
take care of us.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah, it was a good night, and the Spurs was never in doubt.
No.
It-
It was a
it-
competitive first quarter or so, and then pretty much gave them the work from then on.
And, they came in they had an overtime game against Phoenix, so they were a little slow in the uptick, and they wanted to win. They were valiant into the third, but it was done. That team was out of gas, and Spurs and a Chris Paul led kind of ferocity forced them to run away with it.
Yeah, we were as we were watching the game. You're like, man, something feels missing from this Kings team, and it was their 6th man, Malik Monk,
Yeah.
was out for a couple weeks with an ankle, and you could tell because it was like they were putting Jordan McLaughlin out there and Doug McDermott. Like they didn't want to have those guys playing as many minutes as they were. And they were out there a lot. It's like, boy, they really are missing something. Yeah, they're missing something.
There were a lot of minutes last night, especially in the third into the fourth, where there were 8 current or former Spurs on the court at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, there were a lot with McBuckets running around with Sacramento. Trey Lyles was running around out there too. A lot of former Spurs.
And DeMar DeRozan.
And DeMar, of course.
Basically,
so there's 8 Spurs running the same plays.
Who was in the discussion last night for best player on the floor.
Gosh,
yeah, I mean, he was on it last night.
Smooth as silk. But he takes shots where nobody expects him to. Like, who pulls up for a 12-foot jump shot?
It was only, I mean, unfortunately for the Kings anyway, fortunately for the Spurs, it was only DeRozan and Sabonis last night that showed up. Everybody else just kind of stunk.
Yeah, they were tired, and the Spurs put it on them, man. Devin's offering a little bit of difference on a pitch count, coming off the bench, hitting big shots. He helps to spread the floor for that second unit. It makes a difference.
You know what? I'm gonna save my hot take about Steph Castle for later in the show, but there's one coming. Be warned.
We're all
I'm gonna point at that. Which camera? That one? This one?
There it is. That one.
No, that one. Which one?
Be warned. Hot takes coming.
And you know, we're not supposed to talk about it, but we did get a compliment on our studio. I'm just going to say, if you haven't looked at it, it's still a work in progress, but somebody has actually noticed.
Oh, yeah, a lot of people are noticing.
Guys that know.
Guys,
in the business.
Guys that are really in the know.
So,
TV types.
If you haven't tuned into our YouTube feed and you haven't seen the fantastic studio that we are working from, you need to give it a
Don't
shot.
talk about it until that Cowboys banner's down.
We're not allowed to.
God, I'm so embarrassed right
still
now.
a work in progress, but
I'm so embarrassed by all this Cowboys swag we have hanging on the walls. It's like, oh my God,
man.
Can they just be relegated already? Like,
we should make like if the Texans win, coming up on the weekend when the Texans take down the Cowboys, then we'll just festoon the studio with Texans.
Can we get a Bills flag? Could we do that?
Yeah, I'm not against it. If you got a good one, you got a Bills
flag? I'll get one.
We'll get one.
I bet Minix would hate that.
Yeah, he would.
Maybe.
But,
I think the Bills are kind of like everybody's. The Bills could
Who
be
hates the Bills?
No one hates the
right?
Bills.
Their fans are like getting drunk and jumping through tables. Everybody likes that.
They're easy to root for.
We just hate the Eagles and 49ers.
Yeah, so we can't bring in anything from the NFC.
I'm not trying to bring a Giants flag in here. That would be even. That's
the
only thing that might be worse than a Cowboys flag right now.
If you ain't better than a Giant, what are you better than? We're better than the Giants.
That's right. But that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, but if you ain't better than them.
We'll talk about them later on, too. They are sticking by their man. Stand by your man. Poor Danny.
Oh, I don't know. Where is a worse place to be today? Anywhere in the New York sporting realm or a Cowboy fan? What's worse today? Pick the Jets or the Giants, either one, or the Cowboys. Rank them in the worst places to go to work today.
We'll do that next. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. For the most part, in good shape. Most all our major freeway systems still rolling at posted speeds. Traffic volume still light. Now, we do have a stall on 151 eastbound at Penn Road that just occurred. Got a right lane blocked. And we still have that ongoing road work on 35 in both directions. Northbound Tupperwine to Pat Booker Road. Right lane closed. That's now a 20-minute commute slow from Weidner. And southbound O'Connor on down to Thousand Oaks. Left lane closed. 30-minute delay slow from Judson Road. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
I feel like I'm constantly cleaning hair off my bathroom floor. At least my Swiffer Sweeper makes it easy. Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths have ultra-thick pads to trap and lock hairs, like a hair magnet. And when I'm finished cleaning up my hair, Sweeper takes care of his too. Now the hair's gone, all thanks to Swiffer. Try Swiffer Sweeper Heavy Duty Dry Cloths. I promise you'll love them or your money back. And also try Swiffer Sweeper Wet to make quick work of tough, sticky messes.
Were you uninvited to game night? Do you play board games with the ferocious intensity of an iron-fisted oligarch? Have friends left game night asking, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. It's Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale. Save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic. Plus, get a $300 instant gift. Take 120 nights to love it or your money back. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Hear that? It's the gentle sound of a waterfall on your hike. And if you were here, you'd take a deep breath of fresh air if you weren't so winded. But you're not here, because your self-care happens out on the road, riding your motorcycle protected by Progressive. And the bugs you wipe from your headlights are all the nature you need. So if you ride, see if you could save with Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Get an online quote in as little as 3 minutes, all from the great indoors. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Jason Minix here from the Blitz for Underdog Fantasy, the place to play if you're a sports fan looking to win money while watching sports. And I love playing the Pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy, where you can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on player stats. Think basketball, think football. You can mix, you can match across your other favorite sports and leagues and win money watching sports. And this season, Underdog will be running a special promo or bonus almost every single day, like Profit Boost. Pump up your winnings in just a tap when you apply the boost to eligible entries. Discounts, you'll get adjusted projections on certain player stats to give you a better shot at the win, and they're basically a sure thing with their free picks. A player just has to get higher than 0.5 for that stat pick to win. All new users get a free pick. So download the app, sign up with promo code STAR, and deposit now to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Promo code STAR. Must be 18 or over, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
The Gomez Law Firm is proud to be San Antonio's trusted personal injury law firm for the past 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us. Your firm has been fighting for the people of San Antonio since 1973. That's incredible.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then turn to the law firm that will fight for you. Visit joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
Smoky Moe's Texas Barbecue, the best neighborhood barbecue in San Antonio, is now taking orders for Thanksgiving smoked turkeys and holiday parties. Hurry, their whole smoked turkeys sell out every year. Order a freshly smoked, perfectly seasoned turkey and add their delicious side dishes for your best Thanksgiving dinner ever. Having a holiday party? Let Smoky Moe's bring the food. Choose from their classic Texas barbecue to their special holiday catering menu. Order now at SmokyMoe'sBBQ.com or call a Smoky Moe's near you. Smoky Moe's, the pit is lit.
I don't feel so good.
You do feel hot. Dayquil Kids will take care of that fever.
What about my cough?
Dayquil Kids has that covered.
Will it make my throat feel better?
Yes, that too.
But will it taste good?
Yep, Dayquil Kids comes in your favorite flavor.
Purple?
Well, yes, it's grape.
Try new Dayquil Kids Plus Fever, the daytime coughing, aching, sore throat fever just for kids medicine. Safe for kids 6+. Use as directed.
Were you uninvited to game night? Do you play board games with the ferocious intensity of an iron-fisted oligarch? Have friends left game night asking, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. It's Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale. Save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic. Plus, get a $300 instant gift. Take 120 nights to love it or your money back. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double hot, double whip, double sleeve?
Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Hey, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Well, I do now.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
Did you say you're cutting me off?
You earn, we match. Unlimited cashback match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Want to keep your gas-powered engines running like new? Stable's proprietary formulas are proven by third-party testing to outperform the competition in keeping fuel fresh, preventing corrosion, and cleaning the entire fuel system. With Stable, you can have confidence you are doing the right thing for your engine's long-term health. Just pour into your gas can or fuel tank, then top off with fresh fuel. At every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable. Available where fuel additives are sold.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL. Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
All right. Rob asked me a question before the break. Would I rather be, right now, Giants fan, Jets fan, or Cowboys fan? And here's why being Cowboy fan is the worst right now. Because there's no end to what's happening here. There is the Giants are hitting reset this offseason.
Yeah,
next year the Giants will have a new starting quarterback.
And probably a
guaranteed.
new general manager.
And probably a new head coach. The Jets, if they bring Aaron Rodgers back next year, that's it. That will be, and it'll suck again. I think Aaron Rodgers is probably starting to get embarrassed about this season, and I don't think he's going to come back. And the Jets, we still don't know who their coach is going to be long term. But the Jets have some things that they can change. The Cowboys, Dak Prescott is the quarterback next year. Period.
And CD will be the wide receiver.
And Dak Prescott is the quarterback the year after that. And the year after that.
Now, I will retort with this. You are right. But the one thing the Cowboys do have that neither the Jets nor the Giants have.
A window in their stadium.
Is a window that shines directly in their eyes at 3:47 every Sunday afternoon. Is a break glass in case of emergency guy like Micah Parsons, where you could arrange, if you do things in a professional manner, you won't get a Herschel return, but you could get a Khalil Mack return, where you could, with the move of one player, bring in 2 starters and maybe 3 number ones, where you could literally, over the period of 3 years, revamp 5 of your 22 starters. You could literally shift into high-end guys. So they do have the opportunity to move a dude that maybe a coach might not necessarily – I mean, he's a generational defensive guy. And you would give up a lot, but you can, if you do things right, get some back a little bit quicker than where I believe the Jets or Giants. That's me grabbing at straws. I agree that the Cowboys are in a far worse situation than the Giants or Jets because they can extricate themselves of the problem. But I do think that the Cowboys have the ability to go get talent that can help them sooner than the Jets or the Giants can.
If they're willing to do that.
Given the last couple of days, I wouldn't say likely. But
you know
when
what
I look
do?
at the DeMarcus Ware jersey in front of me and I go, I've seen the Cowboys do this before.
They'll trade Micah for a 5th-round pick like Amari Cooper.
Yeah, that's the fear. Is that hey, look what I brung you guys.
Look what we got. We got a 5th-round pick.
No, I got a number 1. It's in 2032.
Yes.
But I've got a number 1 coming.
Yeah, I'm trying to picture the only. I don't think there's any team that the only team that I envy their situation less is Cleveland.
Well,
because they've guaranteed that for the full time, and Deshaun is a much worse player than Dak is.
But the one thing about Cleveland is it's a lot easier now once you've said goodbye. Once you've gone ahead and go, I've ripped the Band-Aid off. They're in a far better place mentally than the Cowboys are. Just because,
do you think that
I'm
he's
hanging
done?
this albatross around my neck, but it's over.
Do you think it's over?
For Deshaun?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's over. That dude's going to retire.
I don't think so.
Well, I think he's going to do – I think that – I shouldn't say retire. I think Cleveland and Haslam, that's the owner, right? Has probably – I don't know. He's probably spending $30,000 a day with the most expensive lawyers he
trying
can
to figure
find
out
to get himself out of this $250 million deal.
He's paying gals in Houston to come forward.
He's hoping for some credible evidence. I'll tell you that. I'm looking for something to prove that he is in fact a bad dude, so I can get out of this.
He's like, Deshaun, do you need someone to come over and massage your Achilles? Just to,
I got a deal on Diddy's estate. I got a deal on some baby oil. I'd like to drop some off.
By the way, Deshaun, the only guy whose Achilles is actually attached to his groin.
Yeah, well,
that's what he told the.
Never Google happy baby pose.
That's what he told.
Say it again.
That's what he told the masseuse anyway. It's like, yeah, my Achilles it's sore, and the Achilles runs all the way
up there, right
back of your leg, and then around to the front.
It's a weird malady. It's attached to my sphincter.
Yeah, it's right there, just a little deeper.
You're gonna have to rub the top of my Achilles. Where's that?
And don't
right by my sphincter.
Don't be afraid to push hard.
So what do? I'm the quarterback of the Houston Texans. Well, I wish I'd have known that before I put my finger there.
I've heard this tale before.
I've had a lot of guys tell me that.
Yeah, I can't think of a outside of Cleveland. I can't think of a worse long-term situation right now.
The only problem with not the only the difference is it's a circus in New York. It is. It's a circus with the Jets. It's a circus with the Giants because of the media. The media, they're tougher up there. But in
it's
Dallas,
the same thing in Dallas.
No, Dallas, it's next level. It's next level because in New York, they're going to they know everything that's wrong. There's not a single person up there that will not tell anybody who's affiliated with New York what is wrong with your team.
Yeah.
There's still some smoke blowers and ass kissers floating around the Dallas circus. You know what I mean? There's still guys inside the circle there like, you know what? Y'all can go 11-6. There's still guys that are not the team, which is supposed to think that way, but guys that are blowing smoke up people's asses like, you're not that bad. That's what's going on in Dallas. So there's not just the negatives.
Literally a week ago after the Jets won a game, it was like we're about to start a run.
Here we go. Well,
and then they lost to the Patriots. It's like, oh, well, maybe
it's over, man.
Maybe not.
There is nothing nice being said about a single thing that the Giants or Jets do. But you will find friendly, nice things being said about Cowboys, even in Dallas, even today.
I don't think that's going to last long. I think it's going to last about one more Cooper Rush start that looked like that, and it's gone.
But just the fact that it's still here. I mean, that there's still some voices out there that go, we're not that what?
And also, they're about to be on Monday Night Football. Everybody's going to see it this time.
Humiliated, yes. Humiliated against what will be perceived as an arch rival.
Yes.
You know what? Even though it's not.
But the whole world will see this one. This is going to be bad. This is going to be bad. The Cowboys 7-point home dogs on Monday Night Football.
We talked about it yesterday, but how does when Jerry woke up yesterday, I mean, I got to go to work and try to fix this. In his mind, in his mind, he's trying to fix this.
Yeah. What else can you do?
Ooh, boy.
But that ain't an easy task, man.
We're going to talk a lot about what Micah said, and we first started running that sound yesterday. When Jerry starts his search for the next coach, he's got a player on his team that has aggravated the coaching fraternity.
You think?
I mean, they're violently angry at Micah Parsons today, and that's going to be an interesting dynamic.
Might help move Micah Parsons to another team.
I'm telling you.
Oh, he does. We'll play that sound later. He did explain it, sort of
poorly.
Yeah, but we'll talk about that. We'll talk about Monday Night Football coming up next. The game from last night. Miami Dolphins get a much needed win. Move into second place in the AFC East. They've got to be feeling real good about themselves, sitting at 3-7 now or something like that. Yeah, good for them. 3-6.
That was shocking.
They're so good.
It was a shocking win. I mean, that's as strange of a win as any game this season.
It was odd. I mean, they were a 2.5-point dog, so it's not like it was outrageous, but it's the way that the game played out was very strange.
Unexpected.
We'll talk about that next. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
Dr. Jacob Torres is my physician and a friend. I got to know him about 8 years ago as I walked into his office weighing a lot more than I should have, not feeling very good at all. A lot of people, most people walk into Dr. Torres' office because of it's a last ditch. They've tried other things. They had gone on the internet. They'd read a book. They'd had a friend, whatever it might be, and it didn't work. They didn't lose the weight. In fact, normally they added more weight than they lost. Most of them were walking in desperate for help. I walked in thinking I was stuck. This is what it was just going to be. And he explained to me just like he explains to anybody walking in looking to lose weight because the doctor has told him, look, it's just a couple of early steps that lead to other steps that lead to more. If you'll take the first step, I will take you where you need to go. And Dr. Torres put together a program that I could live with. Not something so drastic that I'd quit because I felt like I was left out or couldn't go with it, but one that was effective and one that put me on a process to learn how to live for the rest of my life a healthier life. Do you want that? If you're chasing that, here's the number. It's 210-468-1891. His website is iffhealth.com. But if it's time for you to lose weight, if a doctor's told you you're just sick and tired of looking at yourself in the mirror, why don't you give him a call? He's going to put you on a process that works for you. He'll have the cheerleading, the staff, everything you need to step through and do the things that you didn't think you could do. It's not the easiest thing you'll ever do. It's the best. Go to IFF Health. Call him today. Change your life and come by and thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. For the most part, in good shape. Most all our major freeway systems still rolling at posted speeds. Traffic volume still light. Now, we do have a stall on 151 eastbound at Penn Road that just occurred. Got a right lane blocked. And we still have that ongoing road work on 35 in both directions. Northbound Tupperwine to Pat Booker Road. Right lane closed. That's now a 20-minute commute slow from Weidner. And southbound O'Connor on down to Thousand Oaks. Left lane closed. 30-minute delay slow from Judson Road. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
This Friday night in the Alamo Dome, your UTSA Roadrunners take on rival North Texas. It's the UTSA Salute to Armed Forces and Veterans presented by USAA. Get your tickets now, and you can donate to the Tickets for Troops program to help deserving service members and veterans attend the game. It's UTSA versus North Texas this Friday night at 7 in the Alamo Dome. Visit GoUTSA.com to secure your seats now. UTSA football. It's more than a game. It's an experience.
Has a loved one died and left you an old car to sell? GiveMeTheVin.com has just launched the new service GMTVCC.com. Write this down, GMTVCC.com, which is Give Me the VIN classic and collector car buying service. GMTVCC.com will hook you up with GMTVCC Pro buyers that will appraise and offer on that 69 Chevelle, old Corvette, old truck, and especially Restomods. We love Restomods at GMTVCC.com. Don't mess with consignments or auctions. Get paid today on your classic or collector car at GMTVCC.com.
Stirring fiber, exercising, frequent trips to the store for more laxatives and fiber. Sounds like your constipation with belly pain is a lot to manage. But if your symptoms that keep coming back are signs of irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C, ask your doctor how Linzess can help you get ahead of it. Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this. If something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month, with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates Rates do vary.
When there's work to do, ground to break, and a reputation to uphold, you need the powerful, durable Kubota RTVX, North America's #1 selling diesel utility vehicle. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months or save up to $1,000. Now through December 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
Real estate is out of control. Between guaranteed offer programs and new laws about agent commissions, it's gotten so confusing. Know what's not confusing? Paying someone a low, flat fee to sell your house. And that's where Listing Spark comes in. Listing Spark is Texas' flat fee real estate company. Flat fee selling is sweeping the nation because it's faster and it keeps more money in your pocket. In fact, professional real estate investors have known about it for years. With Listing Spark, you don't have to pay hefty agent commissions, and you don't have to leave money on the table. If you have a house worth $400,000, you actually sell it for $400,000 without paying $24,000 in agent commissions. And get this, if you get started today with Listing Spark, you can list with a local brokerage for as low as $395. Contact Listing Spark today to find out how much your home is worth for free. See, it's simple. Call 800-MLS-LIST or go to listingspark.com. That's listingspark.com. Listing Spark. Thousands of Texan homeowners agree. Selling's better with a low flat fee.
O'Reilly. Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's the land of the free and the home of student drivers ready to back into your new fence at any given time. It's firing up a round of burgers and dogs on your rusty grill with a faulty gas line that engulfs your tool shed in flames. It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 6:30. The Aggies, coming off their second bye of the season, take on New Mexico State. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pregame at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. The NFL is on. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Miami Dolphins take down the Rams last night. Normally, I talk about Sean McVay like a genius. I think he had a dummy move at the end of the game last night. 40 seconds left. It was 3rd and 10. They were at the Miami 12. And they were, at the time, down 23-12. That's 11 points. Now, you do some math there, and that's field goal, touchdown, and a 2-point conversion. But with 39 seconds left, you're at the 12-yard line. They decided to kick the field goal and go for the onside kick. My problem with that is you're not going to get closer than the 12-yard line to score a touchdown. Kickers nowadays are kicking 60-yard field goals like they're 35-yard field goals. You can kick a long field goal. The likelihood that you're going to hit a Hail Mary is pretty slim.
Yeah, but the likelihood of any of that working out,
Right.
you're under 10% at that point.
Way under 10%.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna try, you're gonna kick the field goal. Like why not?
I saw
improve
that.
your odds the most.
I didn't see enough of the game. I saw that Miami had 4 sacks, which I think was the best they'd had all year. Was he worried about protecting his quarterback? Did he think that? That was an odd choice. I didn't take it to the. I didn't do all the math. I felt like in the first half he must have had something taken away from him that he felt like I might not get down here this soon, and I don't want to waste any more time.
They had driven from their own 30 to the Miami 12.
It was after that pass to Puka, right? That beautiful pass to the edge that got them down there. Yeah, an odd move, but it seemed to me that whatever happened in the second half, that the Rams just got shut down.
I think it was the first time that Stafford didn't throw a touchdown or played a game where the team didn't score a touchdown. I think it was the first time in 8 years or something like that a Matt Stafford team
I'll tell you,
had
weird
0
weekend.
touchdowns.
We had one quarterback throw 5 interceptions and win.
For the first time since 1970.
And then you look at what happened to the Rams. That is a shocking the three things that happened this weekend: the 5 interception win, New England winning on the road. What the hell? And then Miami going into the Rams. The Rams believed that's past tense that they were a playoff team going in last night. They got hijacked by a team that was such a strange loss. I wish I'd have seen more of it. I'd like to have seen what McDonald did in the first half to confuse Stafford in that offense.
I mean, well, first of all, I don't know how much Mike McDaniel is I don't think he's responsible at all for the defense. But
I'd like to see what the Dolphins did in that first half to confuse that to Stafford. I mean, that was a porous defense.
Yeah. And this was a game where you'd think, the Rams are going to be able to have some success.
Yeah, just dink and dunk them if that's all you need. They're not going to tackle you. You should be able to average 5 yards a snap, but it just didn't work out that way. Just an absolute shocking loss. That's something that's you apply to the Cowboys. One of those losses that are just absolutely inexplicable. How do you lose a homer to a Miami Dolphin team that has just been reeling? I mean, they were all but dead 3 weeks ago.
Rams playoff odds to make the playoffs fell to 19%.
Crushing defeat.
That's a tough one. 19% now. The Arizona Cardinals, shockingly, have the best odds to make the playoffs out of the NFC West. They sit at 6-4. The Niners are 5-4. But the odds for the Cardinals are 69%. Nice. And the 49ers are at 34%. Now, the 49ers, I still think they're the best team in that division, but respect the Cardinals for doing what they're doing. But, yeah, the Rams last night, a win there puts them at 5-4. They're right in the mix. Now you're in trouble. You're in real trouble.
Yeah, real trouble is where they sit. This digging their way out of this one ain't going to be easy. And the thing is, they're not waiting for somebody to get healthy. They got just about everybody back.
Now, if you were curious about the Dallas Cowboys playoff odds, 4%.
Well,
4% chance.
Saying there's a chance.
Yeah. And the Dolphins actually got up to 13% with their victory last night. So they're making it happen too. There are 3 teams with a greater than 99% chance to make the playoffs. That would be the Chiefs, Lions, and Bills. Those 3 teams, those 3 or the field for the Super Bowl.
Those to win it or be in it?
To win it. Chiefs, Lions, Bills, or any other team.
I'll take them.
I think so too. I mean, honestly, Chiefs, Lions might be enough. The Ravens worry me a little.
I still think that Buffalo's got a punching chance, and so does Baltimore.
And I think San Francisco's got a real chance too once they get in.
We'll see.
And you know what? It's hard. I can't say it. Sam Darnold, but I like Minnesota. I like them.
Yeah, one of those. It's possible.
And you know who the dark horse is? The L.A. Chargers. L.A. Chargers now with an 87% chance to make the playoffs.
Just put your head down.
I say this all the time. What do you need to win a Super Bowl? The main 2 ingredients: a good head coach and a good quarterback. The Chargers have that. I don't think anybody would say otherwise. And you got curtains in your stadium. Charger, I think they have. I don't know. No, the third thing though is that if you ask for the third ingredient, it's a good defense. Chargers have a good defense. They've got all the things you need.
Well, you need a good defense, but what you need to have is a closer. You need to defense goes without saying. If you're going to make the Super Bowl, your defense has got to be at least enough to keep your offense playing in their particular idiom. But do you have a dude that on third down that can go get it? It doesn't have to be a linebacker. It doesn't have to be an edge rusher. It could be anybody on that defense. But when it comes to third down, do you have a dude that could just close it down? A Chris Jones for Kansas City, for example, or a Bosa. And they got him a Bosa. He ain't the best Bosa, but he's a pretty good Bosa. That's the thing that I'm waiting to see from San Diego. The defense is solid, but they really haven't been tested. They haven't, you know what I mean? Can they hold a team, but can they shut a team down with a great quarterback, third and long? Do they have a closer? And I think that's the separator from maybe a one playoff win or a road playoff loss to actually scaring some of the other teams in the AFC.
Might be Khalil Mack.
It could be. I'm not saying they don't, but they're going to have somebody step up to prove that we got a guy that we got to account for, and it's going to take 2 of our 11 to account for that guy. And if we don't, he'll shut us down.
Yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic about the Chargers. All right, we'll be back. We'll wrap up hour number 1. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
You know, Twin Peaks should be your destination both early and late. And when we're talking late, those hand-stretched flatbeds are coming in hot, baby. Go out tonight and order your very own with a win. Your favorite flatbeds are available during the late-night hours for a steal. Get there and score some of the best ones for just $8. That's 10 p.m. to close Sunday through Thursday at Twin Peaks. But that's not all that's happening. Get your axe over to Twin Peaks Lodge near you for the freshest menu additions during the day. For your lunch, try that chicken tikka or spicy chili crisp. They're outstanding sauces on those chicken wings. And if you can't decide what you want, go with a quesadilla, maybe the taco. If you haven't had their quesadilla tacos featuring their in-house smoked brisket, you're wasting your time. You need to go over there and get some today. That's for lunch. That's for late night. That's for all 4 locations around San Antonio. Twin Peaks is the stop for your daily dine. And don't forget about all them TVs and all the things you want to watch. That's why you head over to Twin Peaks. And while the Dallas Cowboy jerseys ain't that popular today, they will be eventually, and Twin Peaks is giving them away on the regular. They've got all the epic jerseys and all the fun for all your favorite Cowboy games all season long, all 4 locations waiting on you. The eat's always spectacular. Those drinks are icy cold, but why do we go? It's easy. It's those scenic views.
If you miss the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you miss this.
His friend is into snakes.
Oh, my.
His friend has 7 of the deadliest snakes on planet Earth, including one cobra.
King Cobra.
That came from Russia.
Who knew you could just call Russia and order a King Cobra?
I mean,
did anybody know that?
If you can order a bride from Russia, you could probably get a snake.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1. San Antonio's Sports Star.
Were you uninvited to game night? Do you play board games with the ferocious intensity of an iron-fisted oligarch? Have friends left game night asking, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. It's Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale. Save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic, plus get a $300 instant gift. Take 120 nights to love it or your money back. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Hear that? It's the gentle sound of a waterfall on your hike. And if you were here, you'd take a deep breath of fresh air if you weren't so winded. But you're not here, because your self-care happens out on the road, riding your motorcycle protected by Progressive. And the bugs you wipe from your headlights are all the nature you need. So if you ride, see if you could save with Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Get an online quote in as little as 3 minutes, all from the great indoors. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
The official Eras Tour book coming to Target on November 29th, featuring over 500 photographs from the tour, including never-before-seen performance and behind-the-scenes images. And for the first time, the Tortured Poets Department, The Anthology, with 35 tracks on CD and vinyl.
Only at Target.
Our favorite reason to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler? Free service for life with no fine print. That's right. When you buy your engagement ring or any piece of jewelry at Diamonds Direct, you will never have to pay a dime in the future for sizing, cleaning, or routine maintenance. Even if she accidentally knocks out a side accent diamond, Diamonds Direct will replace it free. Now, other stores claim to offer warranties, but the catch is that they won't honor it unless you bring your ring in for regular inspections. But at Diamonds Direct, inspections are never required. There's no gotcha clause, no fine print, no looking for ways to void the warranty. Plain and simple, at Diamonds Direct, we stand behind what we sell, and we're committed to service it at no charge for life, period. It's all part of our commitment to provide you with the ultimate in value and total confidence before, during, and long after your purchase. Diamonds Direct, the jeweler you can trust with a no questions asked 100% free lifetime warranty with no strings attached. Come see us to learn more. Proud to call Alamo City home. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
Hi, Jason Minix here from The Blitz. Guys, do you think about weight loss and muscle tone? Don't let it be a distant memory. Get back to your best self. At Synergenics Testosterone Weight Loss, you get a personalized TRT plan that's more advanced than basic standard therapy with other providers. The professionals at Synergenics are known for TRT treatment. They're also experts with GLP-1 weight loss, where you can be evaluated for prescription weight loss medications. Do it now, don't wait. Book your appointment at synergenicshealth.com.
Hey guys, it's AJ from the Morning Huddle. Between us, when you hit a certain age, things start to feel a little off, right? You're tired all the time, your energy's low, maybe even your drive isn't what it used to be. And a lot of that comes down to testosterone. And trust me, it can happen to the best of us. That's where Game Day Men's Health comes in. They know how we feel and they make it easy. Game Day Men's Health is over there on Bassey Road across from the quarry. Their office has a relaxed man cave vibe, and they've built a 3-step process that's quick and designed just for us. First, get your T levels checked. Free testosterone test at their in-house lab. Then you meet with a licensed provider to create a customized plan. And finally, you'll get those fast weekly treatments. After a month, you're going to notice a difference. More energy, better mood, and a kick in your libido. Don't settle. Be the best version of yourself. Call Game Day Men's Health, 210-900-3691. That's 210-900-3691. Feel better, be better at Game Day.
Train heating and cooling systems are tested, retested, engineered, and re-engineered to keep up with you. We run together. Visit traininfo.com to find your local independent train dealer. Traininfo.com. It's hard to stop a train.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Cleveland Cavaliers are 12-0, Rob.
On fire.
12
baby.
wins, 0 losses, 0 defeats for the Cavaliers. That was my best take of the preseason.
Of those that have started 12-0 in the NBA, there have been 8 teams that have done it in NBA history. Of those, 5 of the previous 7 made it to the NBA Finals. That's a ridiculously high.
That's a good percentage.
It's preposterous, quite frankly, to think of the 7 teams that have done it. So 5 of them made it to the Finals. Now, the Warriors in 16, the Rockets in 93. Then we get back old school, 48-49 Capitals. The Mavericks in 03, the early Dirk years. They won 14 straight, did not make the Finals because who won it that year? Spurs did not.
What year was this?
This was the Mavericks 03. That's the
It would have been the Lakers then.
The Lakers. 57-58 Celtics. They won 14 in a row. They did make the Finals. The Cavaliers this year at 12. The Bulls in 96, 97. And the Sonics in 82, 83. All of which.
Spurs did win it in 03.
Was it 03?
Yeah. They beat the Nets that year.
Oh, I was thinking 01. My bad. The one caveat.
It's funny. Anytime in the early 2000s. Oh, Spurs didn't win. It would have been the Lakers.
It's Spurs, Lakers. Yeah, we shared with a little bit of Detroit sprinkled in.
Oh, if it's the Western Conference, it was one of those two.
The East sucks. I mean, the East is so bad right now. That's the only thing that makes me question this. That you go, well, there is that. But other than what they are doing is, it just is first of all, a testament to Kenny Atkinson, the guy who had gotten fired for no reason.
Yeah.
Twice. And a testament to continuity. They didn't do anything different. How many teams truly roll it back, just run it back? They're running it back with dudes that knew each other, and it's showing.
They are at Philly tomorrow. Who knows what team they'll roll out. But then they're home against the Bulls and the Hornets. A week from today, at Boston, Cleveland at Boston. That ought to be a good one. We'll see what they're made of. Plenty of Spurs to talk coming up next hour. Football as well. Morning Huddle 94.1.
Riding the work with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. It's the Morning Huddle. KTFM Floresville. 1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Monday night at 7:15. The Cowboys take center stage hosting the Houston Texans for Monday Night Football.
I like this kind of party!
Pregame starts after the Blitz at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
This is all cooking. How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Get Black Friday savings all month long at Ancira Nissan on IH-10 West. Lease this 2025 Nissan Sentra SV for just $186 per month for 18 months. Lease this 2025 Kicks SV for just $258 per month for 18 months. Come in today or check us out at AnciraNissanSA.com. Ancira Nissan, I-10 West between Wurzbach and Heidner.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Don't let pain hold you back from living your best life. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. At Arasti, we're dedicated to providing fast, effective relief from pain. Whether you've been dealing with a chronic discomfort for years or have recently suffered an injury, our goal is to help you recover quickly. Our treatment is all natural, non-invasive, and covered by most insurance plans. With convenient locations nearby, relief is just a call away. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
The Gomez Law Firm has been helping injured victims in car and trucking accidents for 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here. Jose, if someone finds themselves faced with the stress of an accident, what next?
Well, the first thing they should do is pick up the phone, call the Gomez Law Firm, or Google JoeGomezLaw.com.
The Gomez Law Firm is the leader in personal injury law. If you have been in an accident, you need a firm that will fight for you and your family's rights.
We do ride-sharing cases. We do 18-wheeler cases. Obviously, we've done those for very many years.
The Gomez Law Firm fights for you against the big insurance companies and wins. Tell us about some other cases you represent.
Really, anything that involves a personal injury and a third party that is responsible for causing that injury, we will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you have found yourself faced with a personal injury matter, if you've been in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then it's important to call the Gomez Law Firm today. Visit JoeGomezLaw.com.
Hey there, you in aisle 2. I see you by the fiber and laxatives. You still using those to manage your constipation with belly pain? If your symptoms keep coming back, you may have irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. So you may need more than over-the-counter treatments to manage it. Ask your doctor about how Linzess can help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
The current federal government is actually going $1 trillion deeper in debt every 100 days. That's why thousands are turning to Goldco, a top-rated gold company, to diversify their savings with time-tested safe haven assets, physical gold and silver. Right now, not only is Goldco offering a free gold and silver kit, but on qualified purchases, they'll give you up to a 10% instant match in bonus silver. Call 855-838-GOLD. That's 855-838-GOLD. Performance may vary. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
At the Institute for Functional Health, we are dedicated to helping you live life fully, playing with your kids, golfing, and feeling great without relying on pills. We're not about treating symptoms temporarily. We're about extending your health span, the years you live in good health. I'm Dr. Torres, and for over a decade, my team has transformed lives by tackling health issues at the root. Tired of medications without real answers? Take control of your health with us. Call 210-468-1891 for a free Discovery Day consultation or visit iffhealth.com. Improve your health span today.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We still have this overnight road work still set up on 35 northbound, Tupperwine up to Pat Booker Road, almost a 30-minute commute. Now, they just picked up that road work on the southbound side, O'Connor to Weidner. You still might notice a little bit of a slow residual delay. A bit sluggish, 1604 westbound O'Connor on over to Redland Road, and 90 eastbound, 211 over to Hunt Lane, also rolling a bit slowly. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The San Antonio Spurs got back in the win column with a 116-96 win over the Sacramento Kings to improve 5-6 on the year. Wemby had 34, 14, 6, and 3, a fully stuffed box evening. Devin Vassell came off the bench with 12. The Miami Dolphins beat the Los Angeles Rams in L.A. 23-15. Tua with 20 for 28, 207 yards and a touchdown. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Big day for restaurants yesterday in Texas.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
This is going to sound really dumb. I didn't realize. So Michelin came and did a thing in Texas. The Michelin Guide announced that it would be recognizing restaurants across Texas for the first time in its history. 124 years the Michelin has been around, and they announced the first honorees. They had a ceremony yesterday in Houston, and it was basically to decide which restaurants in Texas would get would be in the Michelin Guide for this year.
San Antonio fared quite well.
They did. So the first award of the night went to a restaurant in Dallas called Rye. They were honored with the Exceptional Cocktails Award. The Sommelier Award was handed to Stephen McDonald from Papa's Brothers Steakhouse in Houston.
They'll bring you a good wine.
And the first win for San Antonio went to Haley Pruitt and Lauren Beckham from, what'd you say, Michelin, who won the 2024 Service Award. Pruitt is a certified sommelier, and Beckham leads Michelin's bar program.
Have you ever had gastronomy? Ever done that real fancy where they boil things down and steam them and crystallize them? That's what they do. It's like a one sitting 13-course. It's
like
awesome.
Almost like tapas, but not quite.
Yeah, little plates of highly engineered cool stuff.
Okay. It's
very not San Antonio, but very San Antonio all at the same time.
And then the last of the Michelin Special Awards was the Young Chef Award, went to Edgar Rico of Austin's Nishta Taqueria, which had already received accolades from the James Beard Foundation. Now, the San Antonio restaurants, that was like the main awards they handed out. The San Antonio awards that were selected to be included in the guide include Barbecue Station, which is right down from us.
Right there, 410 and Harry Wurzbach. Nice. Yeah, man. I've eaten, I don't know how many brisket sandwiches I've had from Barbecue Station. I knew they were good. I didn't know they were good.
It's the beans, right?
The beans are spectacular. They are.
Yeah,
They're known
they do have
for their
good beans.
And good guys over there. Well earned. Well earned.
Garcia's Mexican food.
Which it's a San Antonio staple. But, yeah, we've been down on Fredericksburg. We just went there.
That's the place where they sent me outside to use the restroom, and the guy pushed open the door, and there was a dude just taking a dump there.
But the food?
And it was like, that was, their restroom also is so small that, like, for me to pee, I had to, like, straddle the toilet and point straight down because I couldn't.
It's either that or stand outside and pee in the door.
Or pee from the side. I couldn't get my back, like, if I had my back against the wall, it wasn't going to work.
I don't want to I want to talk about Worst Fest and the new bathroom situation, but I don't want to get off this because this is one of those things that's a longtime San Antonian. The spillover from the Austin, explosion is really manifesting in San Antonio as far as food. We are really upgrading.
What is leche de tigre?
Tigers.
I know
I've seen it.
It's the milk of the tiger.
I have not been there. I've seen it talked about, but I have not been to leche de tigre. I have no idea
they
serve.
They were awarded as well. So was Little M's Oyster Bar.
Yeah.
Nicosi. Signature's
over at La Cantata. I mean, it's a great hotel restaurant.
Okay. Is it like a steakhouse type?
Yeah, top of the line, everything. Yeah, well done stuff.
And 2M Smokehouse, which is one of my favorites.
Yeah. And you're, as far as barbecue, you're one of those guys that has done the Texas Trail. You've done them through. So anytime you recommended like one, I've always kind of agreed with you. You're dead on. And 2M has certainly been one of they put San Antonio on the map early on.
Yeah.
They were the first one really to offer great barbecue here.
Well, them and Bill Miller.
But see, Bill Miller's has a place in the world. They have a place. I'm not. It ain't what it is. What it is, and they do it well. I wish they would just give me more of it. But other than that, I'm not going to blow up Bill's. They got a place in this.
What do you mean, give you more of it?
Their servings have gotten ridiculoly small. Yep. I'm not the first one to point out that
they
those of us that are
by the pound or
no, like when you go. And I don't want to defame every store, but we've all gone and got Bill's Tacos, and you open up one taco, and it's just got barely a little egg and a piece of bacon. They used to be known for a handful. You got a taco that felt like a baseball. And then sometimes now, as they try to keep their prices consistent, they've kind of shrunk up the portion size, which has been aggravating.
I could see that.
But other than that, I refuse to blow up a San Antonio staple. It's like getting mad at McDonald's for their hamburger. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
You know exactly what you're getting, and there's a reason why you go. And that's why you go to Bill's. It's good. It's consistent.
The Bib Gourmand was awarded to 5 San Antonio area restaurants. Cullum's Attaboy, which was listed as one of the best burgers.
Yeah, man.
I gotta go try that.
Mr. Juicy didn't make it because, in my estimation, they're pretty good.
The Jerk Shack, which I've been to, but it wasn't a restaurant. It was just.
Normally, it's just on the outskirts of town, and you see some friendly women standing on the corner next to the Jerk Shack. But
Ladino.
Ladino, I don't know.
Southerly Fine Food and Brewery.
Been to Southerly's many times. Wonderful.
Where's that at?
There's a couple of them.
Okay.
There's the one close to my house over in.
How's the beer?
Good.
Okay.
Yeah. Oysters on the half shell. Wonderful.
I like that.
They do empanadas, too. They're not empanadas. They're fried pies. Oh.
And this isn't San Antonio, but they consider it San Antonio area, Burnt Bean Company.
Well, we'll claim them because they're
about the
best barbecue in the world.
And then Green Stars, which are awarded for accomplishments in sustainability. San Antonio's Pullman Market. There's a place called Emmer and Rye right behind it, and that they won a prize for that.
Okay, yeah, I'm happy, but this has nothing to do with food. This is just green stuff.
Well,
I mean, I'm happy that this is there, but does that, okay, you're green and sustainable, and you're not going to give me a straw.
Yeah, that's
not really the first thing I.
And Michelin also won a Michelin star, which is like that's the chefs Diego Galicia and Rico Torres won their stars.
That's huge.
That is a big deal.
Bowl. That's the thing that you get to carry for the rest of your life.
That is a big deal. And a couple of my people that I know in Austin or in Houston, one Corkscrew Barbecue in Spring, they got one. They got a Michelin star. Tejas Chocolate and Barbecue was recognized. Killen's was recognized.
Well, I've been to Killen's.
Interstellar Barbecue in Austin. I went there maybe my first couple weeks here. It's the place
with the cheeks.
It was at a food truck. It's like a brewery. There's a food truck at a brewery, and it was the African barbecue place.
I've seen that,
and
guy
they got a Michelin star.
And his wife, they've made it all the way to like on the Today Show.
Yeah,
they've really gone big time.
La Barbecue, which is my favorite barbecue place in Austin, they got a Michelin star, and Leroy and Lewis, which is the beef cheeks place that we've been saying we're going to go to. We haven't. I went and got a burger there, but I haven't had the beef cheeks yet. But they got a Michelin star, the final one of the night. So there you go. Some good grub here in the Central Texas area. Congrats to everyone. I didn't know. I was unaware that Michelin stars came from
the tires.
The tire company.
Yeah, Michelin back 100 years ago, they were making tires, and they were trying to get people to start driving more so they could sell more tires. So they started putting out a list of restaurants that were kind of far away from small towns. So you would get in the car and have to drive. And it turned into this, went from Michelin tires to a Michelin star. And it really just came out of a way to sell tires.
Okay. Yeah, I had no idea. Yeah. But that's pretty cool. Well, it's cool seeing some Texas restaurants get recognized, including some local ones.
I mean, Austin and Houston. Houston's about as good a foodie town as there is in the world because of the diversity. And you get that fusion of all this cool stuff. So Houston's always had a great food scene. And Austin has always, been Austin and weird. It would come and go, and barbecue and Franklin's kind of started stuff. But to get the spillover from both into San Antonio, and then to get that influence coming north out off of the border and the valley stuff, and you see chefs like Johnny Hernandez and others that have taken that and really turned San Antonio into a destination, a beginner and not a trend follower, and there's not too many places in the world that are like that.
Well, I need to go try this Michelin so I can give the respect,
drink some smoke, and eat distilled peas into their essence.
I do like smoke.
Sniff some strawberry smoke to go along with the haze. I mean, it's a crazy meal.
I also got to try out that Cullum's Attaboy and the Jerk Shack just to see, how that ends. It's happier.
Depending on the sauce.
Yeah. What you don't want to do is get lost in the sauce.
No.
That can happen.
Yeah.
That can happen. Yeah.
I'm going to leave that alone from here on.
So there you go. Congrats to those fine establishments. And it looks like we've got ourselves some places to go check out, go do some dining.
I'm reading the definition, the story of Leche de Tigre.
What's the deal with that place?
I just wish I could write like this.
Okay.
Leche de Tigre is a cevicheria, Cebicheria, and pisco bar with an authentic Peruvian essence. We invite you to party of flavors and culture. A ceviche bar is a gastronomic experience in which the cook prepares different ceviches in front of the diners using fresh products while sharing information and part of the process. Pisco is a Peruvian drink with a designation of origin. The drink is obtained from grape brandy, obtained from the distillation of the fermentation of grape must.
Ooh,
that was a lot of work.
This sounds fancy.
That sounds fancy. You ever had grape must?
No, but this sounds like it sounds like ceviche, but like the Japanese hibachi style, where they pop the shrimp in your mouth from across the table.
See, I'm
like,
down with
yeah,
that.
I like that. I like that.
Well, they do the little onion volcano.
Oh, the train.
Oh, the train. Oh,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm in. We have a couple of those here in town.
Oh, yeah.
I always figured, if everything fell apart, I'd train for that.
What's the famous
Be a hibachi
one?
chef.
Benihana, that's the famous one.
Be the dude knocking around and flipping stuff around, setting them on fire.
I love Benihana.
You never work a day in your life if that's what you do.
I mean, right? I imagine it's kind of like being a riverboat captain.
It kind of is. You put on like 2 shows a night.
Well, yeah, that's your job.
You got to show up with your sharpened knives, flipping shrimp in people's mouths.
It doesn't matter if you're a great chef. You just got to put on a show. Just like you. It didn't matter if you were crashing the boat all the time. You just got to keep talking.
It's part of the experience. Oh, I set you on fire. Yeah, you'll talk about this for years.
Sure, I threw a shrimp in your eye. Big deal.
That scar will heal.
It was funny. All right, we'll get back in the world of sports when we come back. It's Morning Huddle on 94.1. Oh, I got to tell you guys about Carbach. Can't believe Carbach didn't win a Michelin star. They should have. They're doing badass
I bet the
beers.
sommeliers recommend a fine Carbach.
I bet they do. And I bet they're recommending the Love Street Blonde or Love Street Light if you're watching your figure. Like Vic, Vic's got to keep slender for his wife. His wife doesn't like when he gets fat. But so Vic will drink the Love Street Light. They've also got Love Street Citrus available if you like a little more flavor in your action, a little hint of that orange. Hopadillo, the IPA, their flagship IPA. Crawford Bock, and these aren't beers that like you've got to go out of your way to find. You'd be shocked at how many of these beers you're going to find at bars and restaurants in San Antonio. Of course, you're going to find them in the grocery stores. Of course, you're going to find them in the liquor stores. But most bars and restaurants are going to have Carbach on tap. And it's just an elevated drinking experience. If you're tired of drinking the same old, step your game up. And when you're out and about this weekend, when you're watching the UFC or watching Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, go ahead and ask your bartender to grab you a Carbach.
Hey, this is Rob Thompson here for Prize Picks, my daily fantasy game, and it better be yours. It probably is. There's already 10 million people playing it. You better jump in. We're mid-season now, and this is the time to play because we know what to expect. We're fantasy players. We know if Jaden Daniels is going to go get it. We know if Dak Prescott's got it in him. We know if Pat Mahomes doesn't. That's why Prize Picks is so much fun. Your skill, your knowledge put to use, and there's free money. Prize Picks is the only real money daily fantasy platform with injury insurance so that your lineups stay in play even if your players get injured. If your player leaves in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks keeps your lineup live. They put their members first, too. All withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When picks hit, you can get your money in as quick as 15 minutes. Download the app today and use code ALAMO to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code ALAMO to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Hey guys, Jason Minix here from The Blitz. You know your testosterone levels start to decline in your 30s. If you're feeling a loss of energy and drive, it could be low T. The answer is simple. Get checked at Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. Don't put it off. Not all TRT is the same. At Synergenics, you'll get a personally optimized TRT treatment plan from providers who specialize in testosterone therapy. You can also be evaluated for treatment with GLP-1 weight loss medications. Book your appointment at synergenicshealth.com.
At Frost, some of our services sound too good to be true. Like the largest ATM network in Texas. Early payday, so direct deposits made to personal checking accounts are available up to 2 days earlier. Having a real live banker to talk to 24/7. Or that time a Frost banker gave a San Antonio restaurant her personal debit card number after a customer's card was mistakenly declined at his business dinner. True story. Frost, exactly what you unexpected.
It's been a long time. The official Eras Tour book coming to Target on November 29th, featuring over 500 photographs from the tour, including never-before-seen performance and behind-the-scenes images. And for the first time, the Tortured Poets Department, the Anthology, with 35 tracks on CD and vinyl.
Only at Target.
If you needed one more reason to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler, get this. Diamonds Direct maintains involvement in the entire diamond process and handpicks the best just for you. You see, any jeweler can claim to be a direct importer or have so-called partnerships overseas, but Diamonds Direct has special access that others simply don't have. Nobody can get closer to the source than Diamonds Direct. Indeed, Diamonds Direct is recognized in the industry as a world diamond powerhouse with unrivaled buying power and decades of inside connections that go back to their roots as actual diamond cutters. Bottom line, Diamonds Direct is without question the jeweler here that can truly offer the absolute best value. We're true talking direct importer prices on hand-selected diamonds that come straight from the source. Make no mistake, Diamonds Direct refuses to be undersold on GIA-certified diamonds. And we challenge you, let us prove it. Diamonds Direct, your source for the ultimate diamond value. Proud to call Alamo City home. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine is excited to announce a partnership that is revolutionizing access to care for orthopedic patients. The HURT app provides free 24/7 access to orthopedic expertise. HURT is the app to have before you need it. Don't wait for an injury to happen. Download HURT now for free, fast virtual access to orthopedic specialists. The HURT app is available online in the App Store and Google Play. Learn more about the HURT app and the OrthoNow Injury Clinic at TSAOG.com.
This holiday at T-Mobile, I'm joined by a special co-anchor.
What up, everybody? It's your boy, Big Snoop D-O-double-G.
Snoop, let's talk about T-Mobile.
Okay, cool.
This holiday, get 4 lines for $25 a line. Plus, 4 iPhone 16s with Apple Intelligence and the all-new camera control on us.
Let's get cracking, like a breakfast egg.
You can use those eggs to make some eggnog, Snoop.
Respect.
And people do love T-Mobile, where you can save on every plan versus the other big guys.
You know, y'all can take some of those savings and buy some Snoop merchandise.
Always a great stocking stuffer, Snoop.
We up out of here, so drop that jingle.
Hold your horses, Snoop D-O-double-G. Let's remind people one more time.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get 4 iPhone 16s with Apple Intelligence on us, plus 4 lines for $25.
With 24 monthly bill credits, 4 eligible trade-ins, and 4 new lines with autopay. Well-qualified customers plus taxes and fees and $35 per line connection charge. Cancel entire account before receiving 24 bill credits and credit stop and balance on required finance agreements due. $829.99. Credits end if you pay off device early. See how you can save on wireless and streaming versus the other big guys at T-Mobile.com/switch. Apple Intelligence available now.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 6:30. The Aggies, coming off their second bye of the season, take on New Mexico State. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. The Spurs last night got themselves a good win. And feels like, I mean, listen, with a team like this, a young team, there's going to be inconsistencies is maybe the best way to put it. They are currently 5-6. They are about as middle of the road as you can get. Their scoring differential this season is 0.1 points per game. They are scoring 107.2 points per game. They are allowing 107.3. Like, wow. They are almost right down the middle.
And we're doing this injury riddled. Trey Jones has hardly played this season. He's basically the backup point guard, hadn't played. Devin Vassell's in his second game.
Mm-hmm.
This is the best possible news. Things couldn't be going better. I mean, we could be, as a realist, they couldn't be going better. Chris Paul has come in and made his presence felt both on the bench and on the court and all the things going on. They're doing this without their head coach. We're now 4 games into this now without him, and with no end to this in sight, which is its own entirely different subject. Things couldn't be going better, AJ. And last night watching, it's been a long time since I've gone to a Spurs game and sat down at the tip and thought, we got a chance tonight.
Yeah,
that hadn't happened in 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, where you walked into the arena and went, "Yeah, I got a chance tonight. This is we should, if things go well, win." And things went well, and they beat a team that on paper is playoff bound, that on paper should even win a playoff series. Now they did it on the end of a back-to-back minus their 6th man, but they did it, and this is the thing that we haven't seen in 4 years.
I'm gonna give an opinion here that. I don't know if it's going to be – I don't mean it as a slight. Let's just say that. The the idea that Pop is gone right now, I would argue, is the best possible thing for the development of Stephon Castle. I think that since Pop's been gone, we have seen, I don't want to say like unleashed, but we've seen Castle get to be sort of showcased. The first couple games, it was like, are they going to let this guy play? And then he didn't seem confident. It was like it was almost like he was scared to make a mistake. 3 games without Pop, he scored 10, 23, and 14. I mean, he is the last 3 games, he's taken the 3 most shot attempts of the season, and he's having some success. We saw last night. It was maybe about a 3 or 4 minute stretch, but they let him run the point. There was no other point guard on the floor. It was
his
show.
He started the third quarter as the point guard. Nothing is happening without Pop's approval. He is still, while he ain't in the building, the game plan I'm sure he was involved with. I can't imagine that the day-to-day he's not there. There is a plan for Stephon. I agree that he's probably not getting blown up every time he makes a mistake the way that Pop does. No matter what Mitch is going to do, Coach Johnson, he's not going to be Pop. But Stephon was going to do this. Whether Pop was going to be on the sidelines or not, he is that good. And I think he is freed now. I think the biggest surprise to me with Castle is how much point guard he is playing. I think that in the preseason it felt like that wasn't going to be it, but I think he's matured a little bit quicker than expected. I didn't expect him to be utilized like this, and some of it is, Wesley has his own issues, and
he sucks.
Yeah,
and Trey Jones being hurt,
and Trey Jones, that he's being forced into it, but he's playing it well, AJ, and I think that's the surprise. And I think that because he is freed and he doesn't have the worry that in one mistake and Pop's going to blow me up or pull me out, that has helped. But this was going to happen. I mean, he is that good, and defensively, that's why he's playing.
I was going to say, it may also be a result of Sohan being off the floor, as you want to keep as many decent defenders out there as you can.
It matters. Especially with the addition of Devin, it has helped in the absence of Sohan. Now, the thing that I took away from last night, and it is a small portion, is offensively, the team is better when Sohan is not out there. When Jeremy and Wemby are not on the court together. It shouldn't be that. I don't like saying it because I think as a whole, as a total of the 5 guys that need to be on the court, Jeremy's one of them. But last night, and it's a small sample size, the offense just flows better when Jeremy's not in there. Now, we give up defense and we give up rebounding, and there's some things that we lose. But we're talking about 90 points in 3 quarters. We're talking about 30-point quarters when Jeremy's not in there. Again, small, but I do think that was kind of an issue. Not the terrible issue, but it is something to pay attention to when we start seeing the lineups that we roll out in crunch times. And there are times when you need a bucket that I think Jeremy is just such a detriment that you're literally 4 on 5 offensively when he's out there. That we don't have that when you've got a kick to Harrison Barnes, when you've got a kick to Devin, when those guys are in there that can actually make a 3, that opens the floor for Wemby. And suddenly those double teams don't come, and you get 6 3-point nights from Wemby because the spacing is so much better.
Well, you asked, like with Devin back, who's going to start sitting, and I mean, because eventually he's gonna be pushed into the starting lineup. And remember, but I think right now it might be Champagny, like, which sucks because he's the
only other guy that can shoot.
He's probably the best shooter on the team. Well, I mean, Devin's been, but I mean, certainly this season so far, he's been the most reliable shooter. But the other option would be Barnes, and they cannot, as long as Sohan is hurt, they are so reliant on Barnes to be that
and he's
defender.
doing it.
He's doing a great job.
Yeah,
he's got way more juice left than I thought he did. I thought you were going to be getting a shell of Harrison Barnes, and he has been a really pleasant surprise. Now, offensively,
he's a threat.
If you leave him standing alone out there, he'll hit one open. But when they go down the court, they're not looking to involve. And Harrison's not. He doesn't care if he's involved in the offense. He's there to play defense. He's doing a great job with it. And I think as long as Sohan's hurt, he is going to stay on the floor a lot.
And defensively, we're giving. I don't know. I don't see the splits. I haven't seen the numbers since Jeremy's gone out. But I do feel like we're probably giving up buckets that we weren't. But offensively, when we're putting up 30 a quarter, and you're trying now to keep up with the Spurs, which allows Wemby to kind of be that free roaming defensive, just savior out there. It's made up for it. And I want to defend Zach Collins too. Mamu's doing everything activity-wise to take Zach's minutes. And there was a time Collins went in and offensively made a mistake and was pulled out immediately, and Mamu put in. Mamu ran around and made a lot of activity, but the problem with Mamu is defensively he is in the wrong place most of the time. And Zach Collins, for his offensive woes, defensively is a glue guy. I mean, he really matters defensively. And that's the one reason I thought Mamu was going to take his job. I don't think it's even close. Zach Collins got that gig until Mamu plays more consistent defense. And then we'll see a little bit more activity offensive-wise. But Zach is too important on the defensive side on that second team not to get more minutes.
Yeah.
It's an offensive detriment. It is. But defensively, he makes up for it.
Mamu played well last night. He was +7 in the plus-minus, and I mean, he hit 3 threes.
Nobody's around the ball more than he is. And for a guy his size to say that's a rare compliment. He's just always around the ball. Good, bad, or indifferent, he's around the ball.
Yeah, Collins is frustrating. The other guy that frustrates me is Keldon Johnson because I don't really know what he is on this team.
I don't think he knows what he is on this team, and that's a problem.
And, there was a couple times last night when he just stands in one place with his hands out, like, give me the ball. Give me the ball. And a couple times Chris Paul was like, go over there. Like, dude, you're in the wrong spot. Like, it's really kind of frustrating. And now, at the end of the day, he had 11 points, and he had a couple moments. Like he had a sort of a wide open dunk at one point that really got the energy going for the team. But for the most part on off, he just doesn't move. He just stands and waits for something to come to him.
He is the lone attacker. He and Stephon Castle are the guys on this team who, whenever they touch the ball, need to have their eye on the rim.
Yeah.
That's where Keldon's success comes from, playing downhill. And some of that is catching the kick three and putting the ball on the floor. But right now, when he's out there, and he's out there with Barnes and now with Sohan, you got a bunch of guys that are the same size that do a lot of the same things. And they're all kind of trying to find out where they're supposed to be because they all want to be in the place where the one guy that does get the ball is going to get it. And because they all want to do the same thing. And that's just going to take minutes, reps, and just this finding your niche. The problem is I'm just not sure how long Keldon's going to be around.
Yeah,
he's an expendable piece that's got value.
And that's the thing about because right now there's one player on this team that has a defined role, and that is Chris Paul.
Mm-hmm.
He is the only, when he's on the floor, you know what his one job is, and it's unquestioned. Everybody else, like, they can play so many guys at so many different positions that
that's a good thing.
It
in
is,
the modern league.
But
it's
you
a
don't
bad thing if you're not defined. Yeah.
There's really no definition to any of these guys outside of Chris Paul, and that includes Wemby. And with Wemby, maybe it is a good thing and now the last couple games he started to hit some threes. I bitched about him shooting a bunch of threes. Listen, when the Spurs shoot 48%, fine, shoot 45 3-pointers. But when you're shooting 20%, maybe pull it back a little. It's not your night. But last night was their night shooting the three, and that's what led to the blowout win. Was the threes were falling.
Spacing was great. Layups were there to be had if you were ready to attack. Defense was solid. Help was coming. And I'm not going to go too far with this. Sacramento was tired. They're not a very deep team, and they came in They gave it their best, but about midway the third, you could tell they were already checking their flight status. They were already on their way out of town.
Respect to DeRozan, who came back into town and played himself a pretty good game yesterday. But they had a couple of the guys that I think they've been counting on who stunk it up last night. Kevin Huerter stunk last night, and Keegan Murray was pretty awful.
The Keegan Murray effect on Sabonis got some points, but
he's good, man. He is so good.
But they were trash in between points. Wemby destroyed the bigs last night for Sacramento. Everybody was looking over their shoulder. Everybody was going to ball fake. Keegan Murray was terrified all night.
Well, somehow Sabonis and Wemby kept being on the court at opposite times, which led to great offense for both of them. Because when Wemby wasn't on the floor, Sabonis ate, and then when Sabonis wasn't on the floor, Wemby ate. And Wemby did some things around the rim last night that I've been waiting for.
Finally.
Like, dude, just stand there, put your hand up, let someone throw it to you, and you turn around and lay it in. And it seems so simple, but he was doing it last night. It was Rob and I are like, that. Why can't they just do that over and over and over?
Because threes are better than twos. And
I guess
until
so.
we get used to it. Man, it's you're 7'5". When you get the ball,
it's too easy.
Why are you ball faking a dude that's 6'9"? I know you're trying to pick up the foul, but just hammer it on him. I want the ball to bounce off his head when you throw it down that hard. I don't understand some of the stuff that Victor does because I don't know what he's seeing. He has obviously got to see the rim. You're 2 feet from him. The guy defending you is at your shoulder, yet you're ball faking and kicking for a three. It's going to be so hard to live through this, but eventually it will pay off.
We also got a Wemby flop last night, which I haven't seen a whole lot of, but that was like his most Euro moment. Sabonis barely touched him, and Wemby, you would have thought that he got hit by a bus.
Thor's hammer.
He went flying and spinning around like the Australian break dancer, and they were like, "Oh my God, he just got hammered." And Sabonis is like, what? What did I do?
I'm strong, but I ain't that.
Jeez. But yeah, a great performance by the Spurs last night. Just in time, Rob, for the NBA Cup, which starts tonight.
They keep telling us this thing matters.
This matters.
And we got who do we got? The Lakers first?
The Lakers
are
That's
in
right.
our way for the Emirates Cup.
Do you want to be the Emirates Cup champion? That is the big question.
If we're going to raise a banner, it's going to have to be that one.
Yeah, we'll talk about some of the Emirates Cup's games that start tonight. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I got to tell you about Game Day Men's Health. I went by yesterday, and as usual, super convenient, super easy trip in and out. I gave my blood work. They're checking up on me, making sure my levels are good, and of course they are. And guys, my favorite thing about, well, first of all, it feels great in there. It's a clean place. That's always important. Anytime you're getting any kind of medical stuff taken care of, you want to go in a place you feel comfortable, and it's certainly that. But I love the idea that it was so convenient. I started going to a testosterone place when I was in Houston, and I did it for 2 weeks, and then I pull back the curtain here. I told the ad rep who we were doing business with, I was like, I don't want to go and get shots every day or every week. It's not convenient for my schedule. These guys make everything convenient for me. I went in one time, I got my blood work done. I talked to the provider. He gave me a customized plan based on what I needed. And then we got a treatment on the spot. I was in and out within an hour. I got the pellets. I don't need to do anything now for 4 months. I need to go get checked up on. It's been 1 month. I went and got my 1 month checkup. It took me 10 minutes. I'm out the door. This is what I like. I don't want it to be a hassle. I want to feel better, but I don't want to have to go out of my way for it. And you don't have to settle. Be the best version of yourself. You're going to feel better. You're going to have more energy. You're going to sleep better. Have a little more, oomph in the bedroom. That's what Vic cares about. That's all Vic cares about, really. He didn't care about anything else. Be the best version of yourself. Call Game Day, 210-900-3691. That's 210-900-3691. Feel better, be better. It's Game Day.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Still dealing with some road work on 35 northbound, Tupperwine up to Pat Booker Road. About a 45-minute commute. That has you stop and go from 410. They did clear the road work on the southbound side. On 1604 westbound Bandera Road, accident that's off to the shoulder, and 90 eastbound 211 to Hunt Lane. Traffic is rolling stop and go. If you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
I'm on the outside.
Listen all this week to AJ and Rob to win tickets to see Aaron Lewis and the State Liners in their American As It Gets tour. Coming to the Majestic Theater February 6th from 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Hey, James Pledger. The NBA is finally back. Play Pick 6 from DraftKings, an official partner of the NBA. It's super simple to get started. First, download DraftKings Pick 6 app. Then, select 2 or more players, like Wemby and CP3, and choose if they'll have more or less of a stat, like points, rebounds, three-pointers, and more. And for all first-time Pick 6 players, check this out. New customers play $5 and get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use promo code KTFM. That's code KTFM for new customers to play $5 and get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Only on DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 18. Plus, age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Void where prohibited. 1 per new customer. Bonus award as non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits that expire in 30 days. Limited time offer. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
Real estate is out of control. Between guaranteed offer programs and new laws about agent commissions, it's gotten so confusing. Know what's not confusing? Paying someone a low flat fee to sell your house. And that's where Listing Spark comes in. Listing Spark is Texas' flat fee real estate company. Flat fee selling is sweeping the nation because it's faster and it keeps more money in your pocket. In fact, professional real estate investors have known about it for years. With Listing Spark, you don't have to pay hefty agent commissions, and you don't have to leave money on the table. If you have a house worth $400,000, you actually sell it for $400,000 without paying $24,000 in agent commissions. And get this, if you get started today with Listing Spark, you can list with a local brokerage for as low as $395. Contact Listing Spark today to find out how much your home is worth for free. See, it's simple. Call 800-MLS-LIST or go to listingspark.com. That's listingspark.com. Listing Spark. Thousands of Texan homeowners agree. Selling's better with a low flat fee.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio representing people and families who've been injured in traffic collisions since 1994. The reason it's important to call me as soon as possible is the number of tricks and mistakes you can make, even up to talking to insurance companies, which I'm going to tell you not to do. And also some of the billing practices at our local hospitals. And over the last year, I've seen more and more of this, where hospitals are asking patients to assign benefits they do not have to assign, all in an effort to get more money to the hospital than they would receive if all you used was your health insurance. When you call, I will give you your options. We'll talk about your case. And all of that is free of charge. If you or a family member has been injured in a traffic accident, whether car, commercial truck, motorcycle, I want you to call me as soon as possible after the collision. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or go to my website at alawyerforus.com.
Guys, Underdog is the place to play if you're a sports fan looking to win money while you're watching sports. They've got all your favorite leagues, teams, and stars to choose from. You think Dak is going to have higher or lower yards than his stat coming up in this game? You can make money off that opinion at Underdog. Create entries with football, basketball, mix and match. You can do it all. They've even got college sports as well. I've been playing a lot of those college props. I think there is some money to be made in those deals. This week on Underdog, I'm looking at the Spurs. I'm going Wemby to go over on his rebounds. And guys, again, every sport is available on here. It's a blast, and it just makes the games more interesting. This season, they're running a special promo or bonus almost every single day. Profit boost, discounts, free picks. They're basically a sure thing. A player has to get higher than a half a point to get the win. All new users get a free pick. Download the app, sign up with the promo code Alamo, deposit now, and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash immediately. That's promo code Alamo. Must be 18 or older. Present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, even though the Cowboys aren't doing too well, always something to talk about. And is Jerry Jones serious about keeping Mike McCarthy around?
Yeah, he's serious. About as serious as he is about curtains inside of his stadium. They get the Texans coming up on Monday night.
We're going to talk to ND Kalu at 3:30, all about that and what's going on with the Texans. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, this is Greedy. Join me today at 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Emirates NBA Cup. What we've all been waiting for. Why are you laughing, Rob?
Do you think this is ever going to work? That they're going to ever
convince
serious
us
business that this matters?
Matters a lot.
That at some point that we are genuinely going to truly
You're going to
fight
care. You're going to care a
hang
lot.
This mid-season kiss your sister banner.
Why wouldn't you?
I mean, they said, well,
Do you like winning or not winning?
You know, the soccer people love it. And the WNBA, they love it. Well, I don't see how this is ever going to matter to me. If your goal coming into the year is to win the Emirates Cup.
Yeah. Of course your goal is to win. You want the trophy or not the trophy?
I'm not anti-trophy, but you're not going to ever convince me that I'm going to sacrifice player minutes today in November, December for an Emirates Cup in February at the peril of a playoff run, something that truly matters. This is window dressing. It is a fugazi. It's fake, and you're never going to convince me that the effort required to go win some midseason tournament is worth anything more than just a regular game.
Well, that's where you're wrong.
Am I? I mean,
Adam
seriously,
Silver told me.
Does anybody else look for? I mean, are we really all in on this?
I mean, I think the Lakers were all in last year. They're the champions.
And you know what? Maybe it might matter that one game when you don't know you're going to Vegas and you actually get to go. Maybe the guys are really going to care about the extra $1 that they will win for this, or whatever little pittance that. I mean, it's not a pittance, but to them it is. That it will. But I just don't see how.
I think if you can get to the tournament part of it, where it's like quarterfinals, semifinals, title game, like I feel like if you can get to there is some benefit to it.
And maybe
because
it's
there
the
is some
prep
sort
for
of
the playoff kind of thing.
And I think there's some sort of mental and emotional, like like we can do this.
Yeah. Maybe it's kind of like, but even that's more important, like winning a conference championship in college football, which really, it is so secondary to the national title. No coaches keep their job because they won 2 conference titles 2 years
and that's
ago.
Even now with this 12-team playoff, that's even more.
That's what I'm saying. So the conference title is so secondary now than anything else that maybe it kind of will matter to a coach that he gets this little, well, I did win a couple Emirates Cups. Maybe it will help on your resume, but I refuse to care. I really don't see it as any more important than any other game during the regular season.
You're such a party pooper.
I am, and I feel like am I alone in this? Does anybody else give a crap?
Has anyone asked Pop what he thinks about it? Like, did he say anything about it last year?
Well, I'm sure he's going to toe the company line, and I think his attitude is probably the right one, like yours. There is some value in it if you approach it the right way. It's not about winning the cup. It's about the process of getting there and playing in a playoff environment and, getting your guys to attack it like it's a playoff game. But until you're playing one team 3 times, even then it doesn't matter, because that's really the gist. Can you play a team on that 3rd time in a row and do something better than you had the previous 2, or do something different enough to beat them? And that's really the playoff basketball. And you're not even getting that.
The Spurs group is Oklahoma City, Phoenix, Lakers, Jazz, and Spurs.
So basically the West I mean,
Well, I mean, the West is divided up into three.
Well, maybe we should be flipping it up, and suddenly it's division versus division, kind of like football does it. Maybe I don't know, but I get nothing from this, and I'm not trying to be a naysayer. I'd like to enjoy this and have something of value to take from it. Like maybe if you won the Emirates Cup, you get a bye in the first round of the playoffs, no matter what your record is. Maybe if you give me a reason to really want to go get it, then maybe I'll buy into it. But right now, only thing I see is, we win a couple of games and we'll play a game in Vegas instead of at home, or someplace else.
Well,
that's all that matters.
And you'd have to play an extra game. You play one extra in a time of load management. You have to play an 83-game season.
So you're telling me it costs me an extra game, extra minutes, and that's a night that Joel Embiid's not going to play.
Yeah.
So again, you can force it on me. You can really have some slick commercials and really some cool stuff, and tell me that players are waking up in the morning thinking this Emirates Cup matters, but it doesn't even matter to them.
Yeah, the way it worked was they put all 15 teams in each conference into 5 pots, separated by their finish in last season's standings.
Okay.
So pot 1 had teams 1 through 3 in the regular season. Teams 4 to 6 went into pot 2, 7 to 9 into pot 3. Teams 10 to 12 and 4, 13 to 15 and 5.
So this is designed to keep teams like San Antonio that might be in the low end of the playoff mix kind of interested because it's weighted against the good teams. But we don't need that. I'm speaking as a Spur fan and for the Spurs. What they're offering for the Spurs, we don't fit the category that it benefits. That's supposed to benefit a team like, a 35-win team that is really just trying to find a reason to exist. The Spurs have Wemby. We got other plans. We're headed in a different place.
This is for the Hornets.
Yes.
Who don't know what.
That's what this tournament is set up for. So you're telling me that it's weighted for the worst teams to have a good opportunity to go play a weekend in Vegas. That's what this is for.
Yeah.
It just seems un-American. It's it's not American.
Well, we know that Adam Silver is a big soccer guy. Like, he digs Euros. And hell, if you're looking for a business model, Euro soccer is probably a pretty good place to go.
And they love
it. They do
it.
pretty well.
I get it, though. The Euros love these kind of tournaments. They live for this kind of stuff. It's just not built into our – there is no midseason fun. The only thing that matters is who's playing last and who wins the last game of the year. That's really all that matters.
I don't know. I guess it's just a novelty. We'll see how long it lasts. I remember when there was a time when I thought the idea of interleague play in baseball was ridiculous. It was like, oh, why are we doing this?
Well, now it's just de rigueur. You don't even pay attention. Yeah.
It's just what it is. And I'm sure one day that's what this will be.
Well, but that doesn't seem to be the goal. If that's the goal, just to feel like it's just another day, then why are we doing this?
Yeah. I don't have an answer. I don't know what their goal. I mean, first of all, I'm guessing that Emirates Airlines is paying the NBA a pretty penny. So
there's money to be made. Yeah,
I guess that's why they're doing it.
But you're just never going to convince me that something that happens mid-season that has no bearing on the outcome of the year, that you couldn't even tell me the year before who won it, other than the inaugural.
Oh, I'm going to remember every one.
We're going to forever remember the time the Lakers won the first one.
I'm going to keep track going forward for the rest of my life, and I'm going to know every year who won it.
Well, it'll certainly be one of those arguments. Well, LeBron won a mid-season tournament. He's better than Michael. Michael never won an Emirates Cup.
Yeah, he didn't. That's 1-0. And if he wins another one, what are the Jordan fans going to say?
It's just no keeping up. I mean, it's just not. I mean, he is by far the best player ever.
Count the rings.
Yeah.
Count the rings.
Do you get a full ring for this?
I don't think so. Maybe you get like a
earring.
Yeah,
a
just
necklace?
an earring, just a charm. A charm bracelet.
You get a charm bracelet. You get to add an Emirates little charm every year.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
So for me, this is going to be like I'm going to be able to go down the list every year and tell you, just like the Super Bowl, like you go Packers, Jets, Chiefs, Colts. Like I'm going to be able to go down the line. Okay. Lakers, probably Spurs this year. I don't know. I don't know.
We fight for the charm.
But I'm going to do it. I'm going to know it every year. That's going to be my thing. I'm going to commit.
Another little charm to our bracelet, to our James Avery Emirates Cup bracelet.
Oh, I can't wait. Yes. It's going to be a little airplane with an...
Oh, it'll be cool. Every year you get your own charm.
Yeah.
Unique to that year.
Let's give away Aaron Lewis tickets. Aaron Lewis Lewis and the State Liners. They're going to play the Majestic Theater on Thursday, February 6th. They're doing the American as It Gets tour.
Y'all.
That's right. Tickets are on sale at majesticempire.com if you don't win them here. But let's give them away to caller number 4. Caller number 4, that's the lucky number today. You call in, you say, Vic, I'd like to go see Aaron Lewis and the State Liners. The American as It Gets tour. You'll be able to go. What dirty website did you go to there, Rob?
Man. I clicked on something that said it was malicious.
Oh, my.
It went,
wow.
Dang it,
Rob.
I wish it would have opened.
Jeez. The age verification, we're at work, sir. We are at work.
18.
Yes.
That's an interesting question.
Are your parents at home?
Do I like what? That's personal.
Yes, there's a lot of personal questions. That's okay. That's okay. I'll explain to you during the break what trans means.
Some weird stuff going on in Thailand. I had no idea.
You did not want to click on that one.
That's a weird one.
You did not want to click on that one. All right. When we come back, we've avoided talking Cowboys most of the day. I guess we got to get our daily dose of kicking the balls in if you're a Cowboys fan. I feel lucky I'm not a Cowboys fan. I feel bad for you, Rob. I do. And Vic.
Don't
poor bastards.
I don't need your pity.
Sad sacks. I'll make fun of you guys next. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Man.
This is Jim Rome. Have a take, don't suck on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. KTFM Floresville.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Monday night at 7:15. The Cowboys take center stage hosting the Houston Texans for Monday Night Football.
I like this kind of party.
Pregame starts after the Blitz at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
This is home cooking. How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Get Black Friday savings all month long at Ancira Nissan on IH-10 West. Lease this 2025 Nissan Sentra SV for just $186 per month for 18 months. Lease this 2025 Kicks SV for just $258 per month for 18 months. Come in today or check us out at AnciraNissanSA.com. Ancira Nissan, I-10 West between Wurzbach and Heidner.
Hey, this is Rob Thompson here for Prize Picks, my daily fantasy game, and it better be yours. It probably is. There's already 10 million people playing it. You better jump in. We're mid-season now, and this is the time to play because we know what to expect. We're fantasy players. We know if Jaden Daniels is going to go get it. We know if Dak Prescott's got it in him. We know if Pat Mahomes doesn't. That's why Prize Picks is so much fun. Your skill, your knowledge put to use, and there's free money. Prize Picks is the only real money daily fantasy platform with injury insurance so that your lineups stay in play even if your players get injured. If your player leaves in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks keeps your lineup live. They put their members first, too. All withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When picks hit, you can get your money in as quick as 15 minutes. Download the app today and use code ALAMO to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code ALAMO to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Jason Minix here from the Blitz for Underdog Fantasy, the place to play if you're a sports fan looking to win money while watching sports. And I love playing the Pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy, where you can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on player stats. Think basketball, think football. You can mix, you can match across your other favorite sports and leagues and win money watching sports. And this season, Underdog will be running a special promo or bonus almost every single day, like Profit Boost. Pump up your winnings in just a tap when you apply the boost with eligible entries. Discounts, you'll get adjusted projections on certain player stats to give you a better shot at the win, and they're basically a sure thing with their free picks. A player just has to get higher than 0.5 for that stat pick to win. All new users get a free pick. So download the app, sign up with promo code STAR, and deposit now to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Promo code STAR. Must be 18 or over, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's the land of the free and the home of student drivers ready to back into your new fence at any given time. It's firing up a round of burgers and dogs on your rusty grill with a faulty gas line that engulfs your tool shed in flames. It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Reason number 52 to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler. Only Diamonds Direct gives you a 110% diamond upgrade guarantee. Let us explain. If you buy a diamond at Diamonds Direct today and decide in the future you want to upgrade to a larger diamond, Diamonds Direct will give you 110% of your original purchase price toward the new stone. For example, let's say you bought her a $5,000 diamond last year, but now she wants to upgrade to a $6,000 diamond. Diamonds Direct will give you $5,500 toward the new one. That's 10% more than you paid the first time. Guaranteed appreciation. Whether that first diamond was $3,000 or $30,000, you get 10% more. Who else does this? And unlike other stores who claim to offer diamond upgrades, at Diamonds Direct, there's no fine print and no minimum purchase requirement. It's 10% more, period. Come and discover real value and buy with confidence. Proud to call Alamo City home. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your commute on 1604 southbound Calabria, that wreck in the right lane still causing about a 15-minute delay, slow from Shanefield. On Loop 410 northbound FM 78 east side of town, this wreck is in the right lane, little bit of stop and go from Houston Street. And then we still have this road work on 35 northbound, Tupper Wine up to Pat Booker Road, right lane. That is causing delays. It's about a 50-minute commute, slow from 410. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The San Antonio Spurs got back in the win column with a 116-96 win over the Sacramento Kings to improve 5-6 on the year. Wemby had 34, 14, 6, and 3, a fully stuffed box evening. Devin Vassell came off the bench with 12. The Miami Dolphins beat the Los Angeles Rams in L.A. 23-15. Tua with 28 for 28, 207 yards and a touchdown. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hour number 3 of the Morning Huddle. Congratulations to Ruben Pacheco. Ruben. One of my favorite sandwiches. Ruben.
See, I don't like Russian.
What?
I don't like Russian dressing.
Ooh, I do.
It's one of those sweet things that I just can't do it. I like the pastrami. I'm a big fan of that. I like the rye. I like everything, but I don't like the Russian dressing.
Okay.
But
I mean, you like sauerkraut?
Yeah, I like everything but the dressing. I'll eat a Reuben, but
you can do it with just mustard.
Well, yeah, but makes it a Reuben though.
No, it's the sauerkraut. That's the number one thing that makes it.
See, I like the kraut. I just don't like the Russian dressing. So.
Yeah, you could. You're okay. You could just say I want a Reuben with mustard instead of Russian.
I often do.
Yeah.
But I was told it no longer makes it a Reuben. That is the Russian dressing. It's just a pastrami sandwich with kraut at that point, which I thoroughly enjoy.
I think you're okay to say a Reuben sub mustard for. I like mustard and Russian on it. I don't care.
We went to. Where did we go? We went to the deli the other day. Mo and Curly's or whatever.
I was going to say Kenny and Ziggy's. That's the one.
Slappy and Mo's, whatever it.
I forget what it's called too.
Whatever it is, it's a fine deli, and I didn't have a Reuben, but
I did
had some pastrami for sure. It's pretty good.
It's going to kick my ass not knowing what that place is called.
The Brigade Bar, you know what it is. Let us know.
Over
on the Embassy.
Yeah.
Embassy Oaks.
The Dallas Cowboys have completely fallen apart. And I don't know if Max and Louise is the name.
That's it. Thank you. Thank you, Brigade Bar.
Thank you. No, they didn't.
Oh, they didn't? You came up with that?
I came up with that. While I was thinking about how to describe the Dallas Cowboys without offending people. Max and Louie.
Can't do it.
I can't do it.
Just go ahead.
Vic doesn't wear his CD jersey
Yeah,
anymore.
I'm still wearing the gear.
Just stop. It's not worth it.
I'm all in.
I don't feel like
I'm all in.
I don't
AJ.
want to explain to everybody in the line.
Well, see, I'm still wearing stuff from like 8 years ago, like Jerry. I'm all in with talent from 8 years ago.
The Cowboys became the first team in NFL history.
It's a home field advantage, AJ.
First team in NFL history to have 5 consecutive home games where they trailed by at least 20 points.
You know how hard it is to do that? You know how you have to be at home to get that. You know, that's home cooking. You know how hard it is to be down 20 in the first half in 5 consecutive games? You know how hard it is to do that?
I mean, it's so hard that literally no one's ever done it before this year.
You give credit where it's due.
Kudos, Cowboys.
Yes, man.
You
If you're going
guys,
to be terrible, be the worst of all time. If you're going to do it well.
Set a record.
I mean, there is something to that. Like, if you're going to go if you're going to go 1-16, you might as well go 0-17 so people will remember it. No,
Set
you're right.
the records because it's.
You're right.
I mean, if you're going to go down in flames. It's a joke, but that's where we sit. That's where we sit. With every passing weekend, it gets more and more biblical, where you're putting things into record books that you're going to look back on the 24-25 season and go, my God, it's bad, but it ain't that bad kind of stuff. And it's only going to get worse, AJ. And it started with Micah on Sunday afternoon. I'm telling you, the way that the ripple effect from that one little Zach Martin worked harder than Mike McCarthy ever did. The ripple effect from that is not done. It's not done. And it could very easily lead to the first move of the next generation Cowboys, which would involve trading Micah Parsons. I mean, he went to a line at which that I don't know he can come back from.
Well, let's hear from a couple people in the media about the comments that Micah made. Let's start with Marcus Spears, who was on Monday Night Countdown yesterday. He was talking about it.
The elephant in the room is Jerry Jones. And it's because there's always, and I've said this for so long, there's always another tier of accountability beyond the head coach in Dallas. Right? We all understand there's an ownership, there's a general manager, there's a head coach. We understand that there are tiers of power. But one thing I've been trying to get people to understand in Dallas, I have absolutely zero vendetta against Jerry Jones outside of the way that he acquires talent and how aggressive he is. My opposing to how this thing is ran is that there's always another element that a player can go to beyond his head coach. That's the problem with the culture. Micah Parsons feels more responsible to be in the graces of Jerry Jones than he does Mike McCarthy. The players feel more about being in the graces of Jerry Jones because he's so involved and so hands-on. Right. It's not intentional by Jerry Jones. It's a thing that's created in this culture to where if I go above the head coach because I am a star of this team, some things that I say don't matter in the grand scheme of things.
I mean, that's a really good point because most NFL teams, if the coach and the GM don't like you, it doesn't. I mean, the owner doesn't care about the players. The owner, like, to them, the players are just chess pieces on a board.
Yeah, they're playthings. It's part of my boat. It's come here and I'm going to bring my friends, family, and cohorts to meet this thing that I own and meet this player that I bought.
Jerry's is like, it's like, this is my toy. This is my guy.
True. I think what Spears said that I agree with completely is I don't think Jerry means for it to be that way. I don't think he wants to undermine his coach. I don't think that's ever been the intent. And the only coaches that he's been unable to undermine, he fired. I mean, he would just. I think that there has to be a certain level of gravitas that these head coaches have to withstand that. And I don't think Jerry realizes how much he undercuts his guys, because he's not only does he write the check, but he's the general manager. Not only is he paying them, but he's signing them and going and acquiring them too. It's just so much power wrapped up into one dude that you can't, even if he tried to separate himself, he can't. His job is general manager. He's standing in the room, in the locker room. He's writing the guys. He's cutting the guys. He's doing all the stuff that GMs do. Not the best place to be, and Spears hit it on the head, but that will never, ever change. That's not going to change.
So here's what Rex Ryan, ESPN's Rex Ryan, had to say about the comments.
He doesn't deserve that. Mike McCarthy, no coach deserves that, because the hours, trust me, my friend, the hours this guy's putting in, no player is putting in the work that a head coach is, I can assure you. And look, you can have some private issue, all right? Go to the owner, go to whoever, go to Mike McCarthy. But why the hell do you think you need to say that why do you need to hurt this man? Who do you think gets blamed for everything? He gets it anyway. And so why are you piling on? All right, yeah, dead man walking. Yeah, he is. But you know what? He's professional as hell. He hadn't once blamed a damn player, ever. It's bullshit.
Yeah. And I'm glad you said that, and I'm not the least bit uncomfortable with you using that word, because that is exactly what it actually is.
Well, I'll tell you, Micah poked the bear of the coaching community when he did that.
Yeah, Herm Edwards not thrilled about it.
Vociferous.
So here was what Mike McCarthy had to say about the comments yesterday.
Well, I think like anything with post-game remarks and really any remarks, when it does create questions for others in the locker room, something that I've always done, conversation has to happen. So, Mike and I had a conversation this morning about it, and, handled those things as men should handle it. That wasn't his intent, and, so that's something he can talk on. But, the other part of it too is what comes out of this too, all the way around, questions for others. And also, I don't want to see my players get attacked also from the other side of this too. So we have so much more that we need to focus on, and that's really what we talk about pretty much throughout the day today. Is just we just got to keep it about football, bear down on the things we know we need to improve on, build off of some of the things that we felt like we got better throughout these games coming out of the bye. But these are the things that you need to eliminate from your culture, and just like anything, conversations bring resolution. So and I think this is an example of that.
This is the rat poison. Micah ate the rat poison. What he did. Listen, McCarthy's handling it as well as he can.
Yeah.
Rex Ryan said it. It's like he is a dead man walking. You know it, but
we don't need to talk about it. We don't need to reinforce it. But above and beyond that, I just, the way Micah is acting is so typical of the Cowboys. He's not the first guy that's been this guy. Des Bryant was him before that, and we've had guys before that. I'm going to go out on a limb. I don't think Micah Parsons is a Dallas Cowboy next year. I think that they're going to have to move him. And it might be because, and I don't know whether, it's because of his attitude. I think it'll be more just about the expense. And I think the attitude and the other stuff is adding to it. But at the end of the day, the Cowboys, if they're going to even begin to rebuild this thing, are going to have to say goodbye to Micah Parsons. It just seems like it's the only fix right now, the only thing that can help.
He's the only commodity that you have that can bring back real stuff.
And do you think – and no, I don't – that's not the right way to ask this question. I think he knows that. And more importantly, I think his agent knows that. That, look, I'm looking at this, Micah, and I'm trying to negotiate a deal with you that's going to try to set the market. And these guys don't got the money, man. So get yourself out of here, man. I'm just hook or crook. Don't be awful about it, because somebody's going to have to sign you. But if you're going to try to get the generational record-setting money that you're due, it ain't going to come from the Cowboys.
We'll hear from Micah on the other side. A little breaking news: Shane Waldron, the Bears' offensive coordinator, is fired. according to Adam Schefter.
We're going to put the deck chair over here. See, we're going to go underwater, and eventually this deck chair here on the Titanic is going to get wet. But we're going to just throw this one over first.
But now, good news. I mean, none of this is Caleb Williams' fault. Caleb Williams is awesome.
You can't fire the player.
But if you look at Caleb Williams, his chart for his pass attempts last week, it is the most sad, pathetic thing. Caleb Williams was like 0 of 6 or 7 on passes further than 10 yards down the field, and he only had one attempt that was 15 or more yards downfield. Like, it was all just dinking. Like, he's so terrified.
Yeah, it looks it. Watch him dancing back there.
He stinks. All right, we'll hear from Micah on the other side. We'll hear later on. We'll hear more from Coach McCarthy about the quarterback situation and what the Cowboys are looking at going forward. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I was a big loser last night on Underdog Fantasy. I didn't get the job done last night. You know why? Because Chris Paul was a little better than I thought he was. I said, Steph's getting those minutes. I'm going to go lower on Chris Paul, points, rebounds, assists. And I should have just gone points because he was dishing, and it's what I get. I wanted to have some skin in the game because we were going to be there, and I put a little too much skin in it. I was trying to turn my $15 into $330, and I was about 2 assists away from doing it, unfortunately. But I'm back in the saddle tonight. I'm going to be back in the saddle tonight. There's some great college hoops games going tonight. I'm going to have my eye on Rob's guy, Cooper Flagg. We'll see. But I might go lower on Cooper Flagg because I hear he's got some cramping issues. I hear he's got some, I don't want to call them lady issues, but I hear
he's going to take some Midol. He'll be fine.
I hear he's a cramper. But either way, that's the great thing about this underdog is, you can play any sport, whatever you're watching that night. They've got something for you there on Underdog, and they've got a bunch of these boosts, the profit boosts. They've got the discounts, free picks, where it's basically like, oh, is your guy going to go higher than a half point? Yeah, probably. Is Kyler Murray going to throw higher than a half a yard? Yeah, generally that's what he does. And it's just a way to boost your winnings. Download the app, sign up with promo code Alamo, deposit now, get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. That's promo code Alamo. Must be 18 or older, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
If you miss the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you miss this.
Cooper Rush, the last time Dak Prescott was hurt, came in and held down the fort and went 4-1.
I'm going to guess Cooper Rush had a better defense and a better run game when he was at Central Michigan.
Yeah, I have no idea where Cooper Rush, and I really don't care where.
Central Michigan.
Yeah, that's great.
Yes. You don't remember those great Central Michigan teams?
Yeah, I'll forget that about 5 minutes from now.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
For a limited time, get a free K5 reverse osmosis drinking water system when you purchase a Connecticut water softener. Clean, great-tasting water at your kitchen sink. Hurry before they're gone.
Call 656 Pure Connecticut.
Hello. My name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio, and since 1994, I've been representing people and families seriously injured by negligent drivers. Recently, we've all seen advertisements from attorneys here in San Antonio saying their firm does not get paid an attorney fee unless there's a recovery. And maybe you've heard, we don't get paid unless you get paid, or words to that effect. Well, that is what I've been doing for more than 30 years. I honestly did not know that there were attorneys in San Antonio that would represent an injured client and charge a fee if there was no recovery. You see, I practice law with basic principles, one of which is you never need an excuse to do the right thing. If you or a family member has been injured in a vehicle collision, including a commercial or business vehicle, an 18-wheeler, call me. The phone call and consultation is free. If you hire me, I will not get a fee unless there is a recovery. And this has been true for me and my firm for more than 30 years. My number, 210-900-0400, that's 210-900-0400, or check out my website, alawyerforus.com.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Purchase new wiper blades from O'Reilly Auto Parts today and we'll install them for free. See better and drive safer with O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career you'll love with flexibility, great pay, and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces? Come join our growing team. Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today.
Hi, Jason Minix here from the Blitz. Guys, do you think about weight loss and muscle tone? Don't let it be a distant memory. Get back to your best self. At Synergenics Testosterone Weight Loss, you get a personalized TRT plan that's more advanced than basic standard therapy with other providers. The professionals at Synergenics are known for TRT treatment. They're also experts with GLP-1 weight loss, where you can be evaluated for prescription weight loss medications. Do it now, don't wait. Book your appointment at synergenicshealth.com.
Attention football fans, the season's heating up, and that means it's time for jaw-dropping plays, spectacular touchdowns, and memories that'll last a lifetime. So if you're looking to grab the best seats for all the excitement, Vivid Seats is your go-to playmaker. With an incredible selection of tickets and a game-changing rewards program, Vivid Seats is your ticket to every thrilling moment. Don't miss out. Experience it live with Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
I feel like I'm constantly cleaning hair off my bathroom floor. At least my Swiffer sweeper makes it easy. Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths have ultra-thick pads to trap and lock hairs, like a hair magnet. And when I'm finished cleaning up my hair, Sweeper takes care of his too. Now the hair's gone, all thanks to Swiffer. Try Swiffer Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths. I promise you'll love them or your money back. And also try Swiffer Sweeper Wet to make quick work of tough, sticky messes.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
We're talking Cowboys, and it's funny, the Bears fire their OC. Cowboys haven't done that. They're just happy with the way things are going.
Well, I mean,
At the Star, they're just happy with how things are going.
There is a built-in finality to this. The head coach doesn't have a contract. The clock is ticking. Jerry can just fix the glitch, and they're all going to go.
I mean, Shane Waldron could have easily been fired at the end of the year.
Well, he might be under contract for several more. Jerry knows I don't got to do nothing. You know, I can pay him to leave and we're going to lose, or he can, I could force him to come to work and live with this crap. You made this bed, you come coach this crap, and I'll fire you at the end of the year. I'm not going. Nobody else wants this job.
Somebody else is knocking on my door to do this right now? Hell no. Here was what Micah had to say. I guess Micah was surprised. He does his podcast on Monday, which I guess he's gonna have to do it on Tuesday next week. Or do you think he'll just skip the game and?
Oh, he ain't gonna skip the podcast.
I was gonna say, do you think he'll skip the game on Monday and do the podcast?
No, he'll do the podcast in pads in the locker room
at halftime.
Yeah.
Guys, it's halftime.
He's on his own time then. That's not work time. That's private time, personal time.
Yeah, he'll be on his phone. Who was on their phone? It was
that was defensive.
Who was that?
Was that Trey? No, it was.
It was Trayvon Diggs.
Yeah, it was Diggs.
But here's what Micah's explanation on the McCarthy comments that he made.
We all have to see through the BS of what these TV analysts are trying to do, and provide us and basically take words. I never once threw or even intended to throw Mike McCarthy under the bus. Like I said, he's one of the most winningest coach. He is a Super Bowl champ. I never once brung up his past. And the question that was asked was about here in the Dallas Cowboys, did I see Mike McCarthy in our future? And I said, that's above my pay grade. So never once did I ever intended or wanted to reflect on Mike McCarthy's career, because I always knew it was a good one. I've always had a great relationship with Mike McCarthy, and I never even put that in question. And for a guy like Rex Ryan, I just know he wanted to coach the Cowboys. Like, I'm perfectly happy that we have Zimmerman, because if we have a guy that's willing to go on TV and provide this type of nonsense, imagine what he could do to a locker room. Like, that's just honestly just outrageous to me.
First of all, your head coach's name or your defensive coordinator's name is not Zimmerman. I mean, you'd think that'd be like one of the guys you would know.
That guy, I don't know. What's his name?
Zimmerman.
That Zimmerman guy's he's a guy. He's a good coach.
This is the weird thing here is that he's not accepting that any of this is on him. Like he misspoke or something. Like this is all the media, the outrageous media, trying to make something out of nothing.
I haven't heard this before. This is a new strategy.
Like you said the words.
Yeah, you
friend.
said it. What do you mean TV guys said it?
You said
is
Zach Martin and these players have worked harder than Mike McCarthy ever has. That was your words, Micah. And to act like these guys are acting crazy for, I mean, it's what you could easily just say, you know what?
I'm sorry, you took it the wrong way. I love the coach. And if you want to hammer me, feel free. I never meant it that way.
It wasn't what I intended. You know, that's on me. But don't act like it's somehow these guys questioning what you said, the crazy thing that you said.
How dare you use my words against me?
Right. Just a really weird way to go at it.
And that's this generation. I'm not going to hold him accountable to this. But the idea that you just can't say, you know what, you guys got it wrong, and if you took it the wrong way, I'm sorry. I'll say it to publicly to coach. I'll say it to everybody around. I'm sorry, I did not mean it. But no, it's the main lamestream media taking my words and using them against me.
Here's more.
The intent, whether it came out right or wrong, and maybe I should expand it, and I made the mistake, and I apologize publicly to Mike McCarthy. You should never compare coach to player, but I wasn't trying to compare that. I was just literally trying to ignite, someone who meant a lot to me's career, and that's who I kind of have more sympathy for. If he retires, he'll never play this game again. And me knowing how good of a coach McCarthy is, he'll probably get another opportunity, if not with us. So, that stuff really bothers me. I can't even lie to you. And I'm thankful that I have this platform because people would take your words and twist them and find ways to use them against you.
Remember this, though. Like, you can say, I was talking about Zach Martin. I wasn't even trying to bring up Mike McCarthy. Well, They asked you a question about Mike McCarthy, and you brought up Zach Martin and said, so you can't say, I was talking about Zach Martin, not Mike McCarthy. Dude, they asked you about Mike McCarthy. So, of course, the assumption is you're talking about Mike McCarthy. Micah really has a hard time grasping the way the English language works, I guess.
And has the short-term memory of a 23-year-old.
It's very
athlete.
odd.
I mean, yes, dude, you were just wrong. And the sad thing about this is the end is never pretty. It's always ugly at the end of a coaching run. Nobody leaves the coaching job happy and well content unless they're holding a ring and they said, everybody, I'm retiring when this season's done no matter what. This is going to get bad. And this is just one of those many symptoms which on its own, you go, Micah, you just said it wrong. Just apologize and move on, which he kind of did. But it's just a symptom of this cancer that's going on inside the building. And there's going to be other symptoms pop up tomorrow and the next day because anything you say that ain't strictly on the party line is going to represent a crack, a problem. Because there should be cracks and problems. Your team is on fire.
When is the last time that a coach left a job and on his own terms?
Only Saban. And, and Saban was like, I'm done. So. And you can go, well, it was kind of ignominious. You kind of just did it because you were tired of paying. You just didn't want to deal with the modern world. But he's the one that you can say just walked away. But nobody gets to walk away. I guess
Gary Kubiak kind of did.
But it wasn't like, well, yeah. But remember
he got fired too, yeah.
The failure that went into it. But this is just a symptom of when it's over, it always sucks. And this is it's going to suck for the next 6 weeks. And it won't be the last time a player said something that either it was meant to be said or is misread because everybody should be mad at everybody right now.
Here's the last quote about the comments from Micah.
It truly bothers me how much negativity that we choose to put out there. Because not once did I want this quote to be a negative moment. I want it to be a positive light and shine light on guys like Zach Martin, who may or may not be a Cowboy next year, but is going to be a Ring of Honor guy, a Hall of Fame guy, and that just know that he just added so much value to the Cowboys that will be missed.
But they didn't ask you about him.
I know.
I like
again, Micah, you don't get it.
If I say, Vic, what's your favorite color? And in reply, you say, I really like eggs for breakfast. That's not how conversation works. I just don't know what to tell you. It's Micah's having a real disconnect with like just the way normal conversations happen because he can't imagine that the media would take what he said out of context. Well, you gave an answer that was out of context.
Why did McCarthy's name even come up? I mean, when you were trying to defend Zach Martin, even if you were trying to spin it, you just go, it sucks for Zach. I love the guy. He's worked so hard, and it's going to end ugly. I mean, that's all you needed to say. Even if that wasn't the answer to the question, you could have taken the spin and handed it. But then you stepped in and said, worked harder than Mike McCarthy ever has. Why on earth would you even say that?
And also,
why would that come out of your mouth?
Mike McCarthy will coach wherever he wants next year.
What?
Like, no, he won't.
What are you talking about? You have a problem. You know there's a problem, and you got caught. Yes, it is bad. It is awful, and you regret saying it. Just say that. I shouldn't have said it the way I said it. I didn't mean anything negative. But that's not the first thing that came out of your mouth. You finally had the apology late into the justification. You justified everything you did, and then you finally said, well, I probably should apologize. Well, okay.
Well, we are, when we come back, we're going to hear some comments from both Micah and Coach McCarthy about the quarterback situation right now. And we'll hear about the sunshine in the stadium from those guys as well. Also, in the next segment, if you missed out yesterday, I've got another pair of tickets to the private screening. Oh, only the elites will be there. Only the elites will be there.
You will be entertained.
Yeah.
And you'll see Gladiator 2 on Tuesday, November 19th, days before it's open to the plebes, the public.
And that's such an appropriate term when we're talking about ancient Rome.
Plebes. The peons. Losers.
I'm a plebe.
Me too.
Proud plebe.
Me too. Although you're not really a plebe. You were rubbing elbows yesterday with Sean Elliott.
Oh yeah, on TV much less.
Well, I was mugging his camera.
That was on TV, but in the tunnels, in the bowels of the stadium, Rob and Sean were having a private conversation. They were just catching up on old times, talking about each other's families and like.
Doesn't he have one kidney too?
Yeah, he's on your team.
Between the two
you guys
of you have a fully functioning body.
Man,
that's right, yeah.
Now, most of the fully functioning is on his part, but you provide one kidney.
Yeah.
Everything else he doesn't need.
He actually was he was actually asking about that. He was like, if your
doing?
He's like, if your producer's giving up on life, maybe he'd want to just throw that kidney my way.
Yeah.
And
we'll work out an arrangement.
Don't worry about it.
I mean, at least then it'd be a think about Sean Elliott would have your kidney. How great of a legacy would that be?
That'd be awesome.
It would be.
Man, what a life. Yeah.
The only time any part of your body ever don't. Any part of your body ever got more than a foot off the ground.
Yeah, because Vic doesn't fly in airplanes either, so that's actually true. All right, when we come back, we'll hear some more of that sound. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, how's your tractor? Do you look outside and look longingly and lovingly at your beautiful orange Kubota tractor? If you don't, if you're looking out at some kind of weird green tractor or something black or some other color, you don't got the best. And if you're going to get the best, you get it from the best, and that's Ewald. Ewald Kubota and tractor around South Texas. Man, that's just part and parcel to who we are down here. Whether you're a hunter, whether you got a bit of property, you just got a big old lawn to mow, or got something to move around on your land, you got to head by Ewald Kubota because that's your one stop. Whether you're looking for a mini tractor, a major tractor, maybe you're looking for an ATV to get you to and from all the stuff on your property, you go to Ewald Kubota because you know you're buying the very best. But what happens when you leave Ewald? Guess what? They come with you. Ewald's going to be around. They've been around for 75 years and they're not going anywhere. Whether you buy one of those beautiful Kubota RTVXs that is America's #1 selling diesel utility vehicle, and they're running around leases all around South Texas right now while you're going in outside and hoping your little burrow starts up. Get yourself a Kubota for deer season. Get yourself a Kubota for your property. Get yourself a Kubota for your business. Now, you don't even have to get it. You know what I mean? If you need a Kubota today, you can rent one. They'll be out post-haste, bring exactly what you need with all the accoutrements and all the stuff that goes along with what you need. They're going to teach you how to use it. Then they're going to come get it on time. They're going to take care of you because that's what the Ewalls have been doing for such a long time. And if it's time to buy, you want one of those beautiful Kubota RTVs right now, bring on select Kubota equipment for $0 down, 0 APR, and you got 3 years to pay for it. You can save up to $1,000. If there's ever been any thought about putting that Ewald in your barn, now's the time to do it. From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas for over 75 years, Ewald Kubota is certainly your Kubota dealer.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your commute on 1604 southbound Calabria, that wreck in the right lane still causing about a 15-minute delay, slow from Shanefield. On Loop 410 northbound FM 78 east side of town, this wreck is in the right lane, little bit of stop and go from Houston Street. And then we still have this road work on 35 northbound, Tupper Wine up to Pat Booker Road, right lane. That is causing delays. It's about a 50-minute commute, slow from 410. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 6:30. The Aggies, coming off their second bye of the season, take on New Mexico State. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Real estate is out of control. Between guaranteed offer programs and new laws about agent commissions, it's gotten so confusing. Know what's not confusing? Paying someone a low flat fee to sell your house. And that's where Listing Spark comes in. Listing Spark is Texas' flat fee real estate company. Flat fee selling is sweeping the nation because it's faster and it keeps more money in your pocket. In fact, professional real estate investors have known about it for years. With Listing Spark, you don't have to pay hefty agent commissions, and you don't have to leave money on the table. If you have a house worth $400,000, you actually sell it for $400,000 without paying $24,000 in agent commissions. And get this, if you get started today with Listing Spark, you can list with a local brokerage for as low as $395. Contact Listing Spark today to find out how much your home is worth for free. See, it's simple. Call 800-MLS-LIST or go to listingspark.com. That's listingspark.com. Listing Spark. Thousands of Texan homeowners agree. Selling's better with a low flat fee.
George gets justice.
Hurt in a wreck? Get George. Hit by an 18-wheeler or commercial truck? Get George. Injured at work? Get George. When you're dealing with personal injury, you need to get George because George gets justice. I'm George Salinas, and my San Antonio-based firm has been recognized across the state of Texas and the United States. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com.
George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Don't let pain hold you back from living your best life. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. At Arasti, we're dedicated to providing fast, effective relief from pain. Whether you've been dealing with a chronic discomfort for years or have recently suffered an injury, our goal is to help you recover quickly. Our treatment is all natural, non-invasive, and covered by most insurance plans. With convenient locations nearby, relief is just a call away. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
Finding the right employee for your company is tough. One wrong hire can be a major setback. You're not alone if you face this. A recent survey by Robert Half shows nearly half of hiring managers readily admit to making a bad hire. Luckily, there's a solution. With Robert Half's specialized recruiter's experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can have the right skilled professional in place quickly. We understand what it takes to build winning teams because at Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's the land of the free and the home of student drivers ready to back into your new fence at any given time. It's firing up a round of burgers and dogs on your rusty grill with a faulty gas line that engulfs your tool shed in flames. It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Hey there,
you in aisle 2. I see you by the fiber and laxatives. You still using those to manage your constipation with belly pain? If your symptoms keep coming back, you may have irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. So you may need more than over-the-counter treatments to manage it. Ask your doctor about how Linzess can help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
O'Reilly. Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. While leaning over the fence, your neighbor said you could save money bundling home and auto insurance with Progressive. Bad news. Your neighbor leaned over a little too much and broke your fence. Dumb news. Somehow fence wood is more expensive than wood. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and to plant really tall shrubs. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Monday night at 7:15. The Cowboys take center stage hosting the Houston Texans for Monday Night Football.
I like this kind of party!
Pregame starts after the Blitz at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
This is home cooking. How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Gladiator 2. What's the premise of this? Is this a prequel?
Let's check. I know that Crow's not in it.
No. Well, he's too old. I think Denzel is in this one.
Let's see here. Who do we got starring here? Paul Mescal, Pedro Pascal.
Ooh, I like Mescal.
Yeah. Ridley Scott's doing it again.
Okay.
Should be good. Look,
okay,
there's a guy riding a rhinoceros.
Mescal portrays Lucius, who is so this is a sequel. Okay, so here's the deal.
So Lucius grows up.
Yes.
All right.
That's the premise of the show. And here's what I'm going to do.
Is he screwed up like his uncle was?
Well, I'm sure. Lucius is the son of the main character in Gladiator 1. Well, Gladiator, the original.
Well, he thinks it's his son. We never really know. We assume it is.
It is his son.
Is it? Did they prove it that it is? Because that's the sister to the.
It's a proven fact.
So they admitted as much that was his boy.
Yes, but here's what I want from. I'm going to give this to the Brigade Bar. Someone on the Brigade Bar is going to get this. I want to know Russell Crowe's character's name.
Oh, that's a good one.
In the original Gladiator film. And if you get that right, you're the first person to put it in there. You'll go see Gladiator 2. And you know why I did that? Because I know you're a real fan. You're a true fan.
You'll go out and do it.
A true fan knows Russell Crowe's character.
You know, it is an art to choose a gladiator. They're usually prisoners of war.
It's true.
And I claim this city for the glory of our
I'll tell you, his middle name is Decimus.
I thought it was Edward.
No. There it is. We already got one. Jerry. Looks like we got a winner. Jerry or Gary. I don't know. Oh, Gary. I thought that was a G-E. I hate it when people spell their name Jerry with G-E.
That's British, right?
I
think
think
Gerald.
I don't know. I don't like that, though, but it's Gary, so I feel better about that.
B. Castaneda said it first.
Oh,
Maximus?
did he?
It's Maximus. We know that.
Yeah, Maximus Aurelius.
Oh, yeah. It was B. Castaneda. You got it in way early.
Yeah.
Sorry, Gary. I got tricked. Yeah, you lost, Gary. Or Jerry. So B. Castaneda is the winner. He'll be going to see Gladiator 2. And that will be on the 19th at the very, very special press screening. I don't know if it's press screening, but a premiere. You'll win a pair of screening passes to see it on Tuesday the 19th at Santikos Palladium IMAX. And the movie is in theaters nationwide around our great land on November 22nd. Rob's going to go see it in the theater.
I probably will.
I might.
They've got the woman that is in every Gladiator movie as like the mother. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
I'm going to find her. I just saw in the preview, I just saw her.
Is it the...
she was like the mother to the Wonder Woman. She was the wife in 300. She was in... She might have even been in... She plays like some kind... She's always in those movies.
Connie Nielsen, is that her name?
I think that's her, yeah.
Well, she was Lucia in the...
Yeah.
That's Maximus's wife.
What's her name?
Connie Nielsen. I think. I don't know if it's S-E-N or S-O-N.
That's her. Yeah, that's her.
Okay.
That's her.
So she is in this.
Yes, she's in this. She has to be.
Well,
she was in Gladiator, Gladiator 2, Wonder Woman.
Excellent.
She was also in The Devil's Advocate.
Well, she's become very famous.
Didn't know that.
She's become very famous.
Quite striking, you know.
Joaquin Phoenix, not in this one either.
He's one of those actors that, man, about 50% of the time I don't like it.
He's busy doing the Joker now.
He gets too into it, man.
He's what you would call intense.
Yeah, he's a method actor. He's kind of the guy I wouldn't like being around.
No. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else what are his other big roles. I know the Joker was kind of like the game changer for him.
Well, the Gladiator role.
That was big. No, you're right about that. You're right about that, Rob.
I don't like him.
Why not?
I don't know.
Because of his lip?
No, that wasn't. Yeah, he does. No, that's not it at all. The movies are too intense, man. He taps into the dark side.
Have you ever seen the movie 8mm?
Oh yeah, snuff film.
That's a good movie.
That's Nick Cage, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's him too. He's Max California in that movie.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That talk about dark. See, he plugs into the dark side of things.
Yes.
There's a negative current to him, which I understand. I just don't always want to go spend 2 hours in the darkness with him.
Yeah. Oh, he was born in the darkness.
Oh, I thought that was Aaron Rodgers.
Joaquin Phoenix lived with him in the darkness.
I was born to it.
It was Joaquin Phoenix,
Oh, no,
Aaron Rodgers, and Bane.
The red line. Is that where Mike Williams? Did you see that Mike Williams kind of trolled Aaron a little bit about after he caught a touchdown?
No, did he say the red line?
The red line. He'd hashtag red line on the touchdown.
That's funny. That's fun. And speaking of line, how about when Joaquin Phoenix was Walk the Line, the Johnny Cash movie? Did you like that one?
No, I preferred the parody of the Johnny Cash movie with
Walk Tall or Walk Hard.
Walk Hard. I preferred that one.
Dewey Cox story.
Yeah, Dewey Cox.
That was pretty funny too.
So I preferred that one more than the real one.
Yeah, I did like that. I love Johnny Cash though. I was fascinated by that. All right. We were talking about the Dallas Cowboys quarterbacking situation. Though I don't want to call them woes, but it kind of feels like woes. Micah, they asked him if what we saw with Cooper and Trey really proved how valuable Dak really is.
It really just felt good to be back with my team yesterday. I felt the energy, I felt the passion out there in the field. It really just felt like we were clicking. I understand that we lost in that fashion, and we're missing our starting quarterback.
Barely.
Who I hope no one ever disrespects again. You see his importance and how much he means to our team, but man, we greatly do miss Dak. I hope people understand how much he brings to this team, because I think it's one of them things we don't appreciate until it's gone. And now that he's out, you kind of see the impact it makes when he's not on the field, and it's a great one.
But yeah, other than that, it was really fun being out there getting my ass kicked.
Things were really clicking out there.
I'm starting to think Micah's a crazy person.
What game
Quite
were you
frankly.
playing?
It was just great being out there with my teammates again.
Just having fun.
Yeah,
Things were
I know we
clicking.
got the crap kicked out of us, but it was really awesome hanging with my friends.
And, Dak is great. That guy is
Yeah.
really good. I don't know, record aside.
If Dak would have been there, we probably would have won.
He's bipolar, man.
He's a
Bipolar.
crazy person.
Clicking, having fun.
Like, what are you talking about? We do get the most interesting sound bites out of him, I think, of everybody.
Just out there having fun, Dak brings so much to the team. By that measure, he's an MVP.
By the way, the Cowboys did sign a third quarterback, Will Greer.
Oh, we know that guy.
Country roads take me home. He's from West Virginia, Mountain Mama.
He was in camp a couple years ago. He throws a nice deep ball. I'll give him that. But he is
he just sucks at football.
The quarterbacks in the world, of all of them that aren't in the NFL, and there's a fair amount. I'm not saying that there's any good ones. I'm not saying there's a good one sitting out right now out of the NFL. Of the entire world.
Colin Kaepernick.
They have,
I don't even know where you're going.
My parents, my 85-year-old dad, whenever you need anything at the house, you open, there's one cupboard door that he has like taped and stapled, and the business cards of like the tree guy and the plumber and all that. That's the door. You go to the door if you need the guy to do the thing. It's like we need a quarterback, and the only quarterback they could come up with was Will Greer.
That's it.
Well,
is it because he could get off work? Like he had some extra days before the end of the year and he could just take some time off and he could double dip and get some vacation pay? Is that what? Will Greer was the guy they brought in.
And you could say, well, he was the best available guy. Ryan Tannehill doesn't have a job, right?
Shoot, there's some guys sitting in the booth. Go get Matty Ice. He's wanted to keep playing.
Tony Romo.
Go get Romo. I mean, seriously.
Well,
Will Greer
Greer.
he was in the Cowboys orbit in 21-22. And I will say 3 years ago when we saw him, he throws a nice deep ball. He is a very serviceable practice quarterback. But that is the best they could come up with. You tell me that it's a 365 talent acquisition game that Will and Steven and Jerry are playing, and the guy you brought back is the only dude you knew.
Yeah.
Again, you keep telling us one thing, and you do the total opposite.
They weren't looking for the best guy. They were looking for a third string guy. You know why?
Dude.
Here's why. Because he still knows that they've got their quarterback on this team now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we have a lot of faith in Cooper. I mean, like I stood up here last week. Everybody believes in him. How can you not, based off the way he's performed? But that fumble in the recovery attempt, that was
goofy
as
as all
off
get
to a
out.
rough start. And like I said, I just felt like he never really got into a rhythm.
This is honestly comedic at this point. The whole thing is comedic.
It's like they're living in a different universe. They're seeing things that I'm not seeing. Like, am I not focused in on what you guys are doing? Because what are you talking about?
Yeah. I don't even know. Like, Cooper Rush sucks. All right, I know he. What did he go 3-1 or something? Like, he went 3-1. Like, Cooper Rush is a trash can.
It was a rough start, AJ. That fumble.
But we have a lot of faith in him.
That weird snap handle fumble and that awkward attempt to get it back. That was brilliant.
We got a lot of faith in our trash can. We feel like it's the best at holding trash.
Got a lot of faith in it.
Break as a trash can.
And we're going to capitalize on the things we did good.
They suck.
Like years ago.
And it was fun flying around with his boys. Micah having a good time. They were dialed in.
Ugh. That fumble, and when
that was
he tried to recover it, and like everybody tried to recover it, but none of them could. That was unfortunate, but I mean that happens.
I'm looking at the Brigade Bar, and Gilbert Padilla threw up there something that we talked about coming in on Monday morning.
Which is?
And Padilla says, I wonder if McCarthy is just trying to get himself fired. You know, like just waking up and going, why should I continue coming to work?
Just get some days off, bro.
What is the point of me arriving today? And the more you get to know coaches, you start to understand that why they're so in love with the process. Because that's literally the only thing you can control. You can control the process, the daily attack of trying to get ready for Sunday. And if you just do that, I guess you can exist. You try to live in that vacuum of today, all I focus on is getting better. But with every passing minute in Dallas, you're standing in this quicksand. You're sinking. There is no let's just attack the process, because the process itself is now absolutely flawed.
Well, finally, here's the last quote from McCarthy about what he saw from their number 2 quarterback. And I say number 2, you know.
They dropped a deuce on us.
Number 2 quarterback, Trey Lance.
You know, we got him in there, you know, that first series, trying to, you know, give us a spark. And then you got to the third down, and I just felt, you know, he didn't have reps in that particular situational work. But then, you know, it gave him some series, you know, based on where we were. But I thought he did some good things, you know, and, you know, definitely some things he learned from. So it was good to get him in there.
Now, point at the good things he did. Where were I thought he did some good things. That's a lie.
His shoes were tied.
He didn't do good things.
He didn't. He didn't.
He didn't trip. He didn't trip in the huddle.
Let's talk about the third string quarterback.
You mean the number 2?
The number 2, third string, whatever we want to call him. The first play of the second half.
Mm-hmm.
They rolled Trey Lance
like he
out.
was going to be he was taking over the game.
And so Trey Lance comes out the first play of the second half, and it looks like, okay, we've made a decision. We're going to just go. He hands the ball off and then runs to the sideline. That was his baptism.
What was
that?
What's the point?
Why?
Yeah, I don't know.
What exactly were you thinking you were setting up by bringing in Trey Lance for a handoff right?
I like to think maybe Cooper Rush lost his helmet. Like he came out of the half and was like, "Oh crap! I left my helmet in the locker room."
So
that would be even funnier. Oh my god! I this season, someone needs to Old Yeller this season and just take it out to the shed and put it down. Good Lord! All right, hour number 4 coming up. Some big hoops to talk tonight. Morning Huddle 94.1.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville. San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to sasportstar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at sasportstar.com.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I put on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Get Black Friday savings all month long at Ancira Nissan on IH-10 West. Lease this 2025 Nissan Sentra SV for just $186 per month for 18 months. Lease this 2025 Kicks SV for just $258 per month for 18 months. Come in today or check us out at AnciraNissanSA.com. Ancira Nissan, I-10 West between Wurzbach and Heidner.
The Gomes Law Firm is proud to be San Antonio's trusted personal injury law firm for the past 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomes Law Firm here with us. Your firm has been fighting for the people of San Antonio since 1973. That's incredible.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then turn to the law firm that will fight for you. Visit JoeGomezLaw.com.
And remember, Gomes U.S. law fights.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. A letter in your mailbox says you could save money bundling your home and auto insurance with Progressive. Bad news. You saw it after your teenager backed the car into the mailbox. Dumb news. A new mailbox, basically a box on a stick, costs up to $400. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and go with paperless mail instead. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Every day, Cintas service reps help businesses get ready for the workday. They provide freshly laundered workwear delivered every week. Mats, mops, restroom and cleaning supplies. First aid and safety products to help your employees stay safe. They even test and inspect fire extinguishers and emergency lights. Cintas helps keep your business running smoothly. See what Cintas can do for you. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards that zero-turn lawnmower you've always wanted. And after using its edge-shaping technology to meticulously sculpt the face of the Mona Lisa into your grass, you'll become the undisputed king of Saturday morning lawn care, leaving your neighbor and sworn enemy Gary to question his place in the delicate neighborhood ecosystem. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Welcome to Staples.
Help! My family's in for the holidays and I need gift ideas.
That's why we're here. Staples has amazing deals on everything you need. Photo gifts, laptops, and gaming systems. Even custom holiday cards and shipping solutions to send gifts to the family that can't make it.
Perfect! Have anything for Uncle Frank? I love him, but the guy is never quiet.
Noise-canceling headphones. For you.
You get it.
Unwrap huge holiday savings at Staples. And right now at Staples, save up to $350 on select computers. Ends 11/16, in-store only.
It's football season, and now you can get anything you need for game day delivered with Uber Eats. Well, almost anything. You can't get a running back, but baby back ribs? Yes. Uber Eats, official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your commute on 1604 southbound Calabria, that wreck in the right lane still causing about a 15-minute delay, slow from Shanefield. On Loop 410 northbound FM 78 east side of town, this wreck is in the right lane, a little bit of stop and go from Houston Street. And then we still have this road work on 35 northbound, Tupper Wine up to Pat Booker Road, right lane. That is causing delays. It's about a 50-minute commute, slow from 410. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The San Antonio Spurs got back in the win column with a 116-96 win over the Sacramento Kings to improve 5-6 on the year. Wemby had 34, 14, 6, and 3, a fully stuffed box evening. Devin Vassell came off the bench with 12. The Miami Dolphins beat the Los Angeles Rams in L.A. 23-15. Tua with 28 for 28, 207 yards and a touchdown. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Yes, sir. Hour number 4 of the Morning Huddle, 94.1. On a little Wednesday, small Wednesday, otherwise known as Tuesday.
Speed bump Tuesday.
Yeah.
Headed toward hump.
But you know what? Tuesday's going to be kind of cool today. You know why?
Tacos? I don't know.
No, LeBron. It's not Taco Tuesday. I mean, I guess it
is Tuesday.
It is Tuesday, and I guess if you wanted to eat a taco,
getting kind of hungry.
You could. You were always hungry.
In the mornings, I'd wake up hungry.
But then
I'm hungry.
when we were driving to the game last night, you're like, oh, my God,
I hadn't
I'm
eaten.
hungry.
Because I hadn't
You ate barbecue at lunch.
Well, I had a plate that was served to me.
Okay.
Like half a link of sausage, a couple of slices of brisket, little thing of, it was a gimme plate.
Did you see my barbecue plate over the weekend?
I did. It was not like Truth, no.
It was not that size plate?
No, it was a gimme plate. And that was all I basically ate yesterday until we had our Frostbank birria.
I was...
I thought I'd never say.
I ate so much barbecue, I thought I was going to pop this weekend.
Really?
Did you get the meat sweats?
I did. I was like, oh. They have a thing at Truth where it's like $120, but it's like, I don't know, 1.5 pounds of brisket, 1.5 pounds of ribs, 1.5 pounds of sausage, like 3 full links of sausage, and 4 big-ass sides.
I'll feed 5 people.
Or 2 hungry-ass dudes.
That's a lot of meat, man.
Yeah.
A pound of brisket. It's so rich. A pound of brisket goes a long way.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You just got to eat a lot of the onions and the pickles to
cut that rich.
Yeah.
Man, I'm hungry.
But then also,
you're killing me.
They serve little pickled jalapenos.
Oh, you're killing me, man.
And I was eating those, and then I regretted that later. But no, I was going to say
in our near future.
What's going to be in our near future? Oh, yes.
Seguin's just a skip away.
And plus, we got to congratulate them on their Michelin star.
Michelin recommendation. Let's go thank them.
I was going to say this Tuesday, what makes it a good Tuesday is the Champions Classic.
It is a good day. It is. This Champions Classic actually will be fun.
It's usually the same 4 teams. I don't know if it's always the same 4 teams, but it feels like it's always these 4 teams. Kind of the blue bloods, or at least a good chunk of the blue bloods.
Got a 4.
It feels, or which one do you feel like is not?
Well, Izzo and Michigan State, I mean, he's going to get you 10 wins just because he's Izzo.
Yeah.
But, sadly, the Big Ten and Izzo himself, Michigan State is no longer considered in the upper echelon. They're very good, and they're going to compete in the Big Ten, but they probably don't belong there this weekend.
I think
tonight it's going to be a rough one.
UConn should take their spot.
UConn,
UConn's the newest blue blood. They're full blown blue blood.
I think you could easily throw them, and there's 5, 6, 7, 8 other teams that would easily slide right in and be very, very competitive. And it's just unfortunate that Izzo finds himself in this situation.
But Bill Self and Tom Izzo still going at it after all these years. You're losing all these coaches who are tired of NIL. They're tired of transfer portal. Well, Bill Self and Tom Izzo say, keep it coming, baby.
Like Jimbo said, now they can talk about it.
And Bill Self is he has embraced the portal-heavy approach. Zeke Mayo, Rylan Griffin, A.J. Storr, Hunter Dickinson, these are all guys that he brought in from other programs, and this is the way he understands. This is the future. This is the way I'm doing it. Izzo is old school. Well, these are the guys I'm recruiting. These are the guys I believe in.
Well, not a lot of guys transfer in to play for Izzo. You either are an Izzo type and you get recruited by him and you want to go get coached that way. They're not a lot. I mean, that's old school basketball. You're playing it in the purest form, and a lot of guys want to play that style anymore. It's hard work. You don't get to take the threes. You got to work your ass off to get a bucket. You don't get to just run up and stand at the 3-point line and wait for somebody to throw you the ball. It's a tough place to play, and it's kind of shown. The guys that will play for him, he always has a good team, but he just doesn't get the stars that he used to.
What Michigan State hasn't had in some time is a dominant big. And when you don't have that, it's really hard to slow down Hunter Dickinson. Hunter Dickinson is about as one-dimensional as they come, but that one dimension is pretty good. And he is going to score a bunch of points if you don't have somebody to slow him down. And I don't think Michigan State has anybody to slow him down. I think Kansas probably rolls Michigan State tonight.
Without hesitation. Kansas is in the conversation, one of the top 5 teams in the country, and continue to be good. Lots of Texas representation. Jamari McDowell, Zach Clements from here in San Antonio, still on that roster. They're really good.
The other game is more intriguing to me because obviously Duke's got the star power, but I will say the way that Mark Pope runs offense, they are going to be in every game. Like it's going to be hard to count them out, even if they're down 15 at half.
Yeah,
they're going to go on runs that it's going to go. You're going to go like, wow, they just scored. They went on an 8-0 run right there. They're back in it. And this is just my personal opinion. You know the game better than I do. I think Mark Pope's a better coach than John Shire. I don't think John Shire is all that good of a coach. I think that, he hadn't won a conference title. And I mean, this is going to be a third year. Third year. I mean, I am not surprised. You say this all the time. You don't want to be the guy that follows the guy. Whoever took this job after Coach K left, it was going to be tough. But I just don't think I don't think he's all that special. I think he's just a dude.
He recruited. I mean, the key to this is, can you get guys to come play? And certainly, the zeros on, help on your NIL money. But yeah, I think there are some questions for Shire. You do need to prove some things, but he has certainly gotten the guys, and he is certainly a preacher, and he's certainly carrying the Coach K mantra. This is still Duke basketball in every sense of the word. They run the same plays. I can see the sub pattern being the same. Freshmen are treated the same way. It is very much still Duke, and it's a testament that he's been able to do this after 3 years, because you look at what happened in Villanova. Same situation. Guy had been sitting on the bench forever, sitting next to Jay Wright. Jay leaves the place in a great place. Next guy shows up, and the thing just utterly collapses.
Oh, well, he's just a dopey coach. So, he's got no business being there.
But the weight of taking over a program like that is pretty immense. So I'm going to give Shire some credit. I mean, he has managed to not only maintain, but he's still bringing in the 5 stars. But this will be the year. It will be. And Coach K had that problem, and a lot of other ones have always had that early year. Can you win the big one despite having all the talent? And Shire, you're honest. You're right. He has not. But this is a team that can do it, man.
Expectations this year are not very high for Kentucky, and they are. I think it's almost kind of like house money for them, but they've got some dudes. Like they got Andrew Carr in from Wake Forest. They took Wake Forest best player. They got San Diego State. They got Lamont Butler from San Diego State. They went and got basically their best player that was left. And he brought Jackson Robinson with him from BYU. Like, this is what's the kid's name? Owe, the kid from Oklahoma. This is
there's guys there.
A pretty good pile of talent. It's just a matter of how are they going to gel. And I kind of I didn't even mention Kirk Risa from Arizona via West Virginia. I think this Kentucky team's better than they're expected to be. I looked up KenPom to see what the projected spread was on this. KenPom had Duke -9 as the projected spread. That's crazy. They have Kentucky the 31st best team in the country.
Well, Kentucky has nobody back from last year, not a single scholarship player. Lamont Butler can play. Kirk Risa, if he's hot, is on. I mean, the guy's a baller, but the SEC is tough. I mean, there's not one single team that's great. Arkansas very well could be with all the new dudes, and A&M's got a talented roster, and Tennessee and Auburn are going to be there, but Alabama's got – it's just going to be really, really hard for Kentucky this year. The SEC is rich and deep, and you notice while I brought up Auburn, there's some issues going on in Auburn. I don't know what – did you hear about the fight on the plane this weekend?
But you know what? They had a fight on the plane,
they go and win.
And then they came and beat Houston. I think Auburn is a national title contender.
Yeah, so Kentucky might very well be better than they were last year, but it won't be reflected because they're just it is a murderer's row, especially in early part of the SEC schedule for them. It's going to be a tough one. And tonight, the Pope's walking into a buzzsaw tonight.
See, I don't know that he is. And this is kind of this Duke team is very similar to former Kentucky teams where it was a bunch of freshmen, a bunch of stud recruits. And Duke is starting 3 freshmen. And the other 2 guys are Caleb Foster, who was like a 6th man last year for Duke. And Tyrese Proctor is the only guy who was a full-time starter last year for Duke. Meanwhile, I just mentioned this Kentucky team, they haven't all played together, but they got a bunch of juniors and seniors playing against kids who were in high school a year ago.
Yeah.
There's something to that, Rob.
I know. I appreciate what you're saying.
Like
I really
what's
do.
won in the last 3 or 4 years in college basketball? It's
we're not
grown-ups.
But we're not in March. We're still in November.
But don't you think November's the best time to take advantage of a team full of freshmen?
I think it's the time to take advantage of a team full of transfers, freshmen, seniors, or whatever. I'm not saying Kentucky's not in this game. I just think they're running into a buzzsaw tonight. I mean, they are going to be out-talented at every position. Every starter, they're not going to be as good. I mean, they're going to be adequate. They're going to be high D1, but we're talking about a Duke team that brought in 3 of the top 20 dudes in the country. And while Cooper Flagg is the guy, and there's another freshman that you're going to hear a lot about, but the guy that out of Milwaukee, this guy named Kerb Knoppel, he is a walking bucket. And while he's just a freshman, he plays like he's 29. He looks like an old man out there. He's got an old man game. Duke is really, really good. And Kentucky, while they've got a new coach and it's going to be reinvigorated, this is going to be a tough one tonight.
I just don't know that, and I disagree with you that they're better at everywhere on the floor, because you can't convince me that Caleb Foster, a guy who was like a 6th man for Duke last year, is better than Lamont Butler.
He is. You'll see it tonight. Caleb Foster can play.
Okay.
I mean, Kentucky is going to be I feel like I'm degrading a team that, I mean, more power to this. They're going to have and they're turning the page rather quickly, but not a single scholarship player that was even living in Lexington is on this roster.
No, you're right.
It's going to be hard to get those guys on
But
the
you know
same
what they
page.
did?
I wouldn't want to play them in February and March.
They went and got all the best guys that were in the portal and said, "Hey, come here. Let's do something."
Well, they got some guys. They did. The San Diego State kid can play, but he's not a Kentucky player. This is a different animal. This guy's here to play defense and rebound and get on the floor and do some things that San Diego State wanted him to do. They're going to be good. It's just, and they might jump up and get him tonight, and they'll be better in February. But this is a very talented team at Duke that is focused. This is a championship title team.
See, I don't think teams like this win titles anymore.
Noel, you're right. Unless you are Duke, North Carolina, Kansas, where the 5 stars that you bring in as freshmen are so freaking good that they outweigh the senior leadership that so many of these teams are able to get the transfer in. I mean,
Gonzaga had Jalen Suggs and Chet Holmgren on the same team, and they didn't win.
You're right.
And, they were the 2 best freshmen in the world, and they were both high-level, 5 stars, and that's just not what wins anymore.
Well,
you
yes
need
and no. It still wins. I mean, youth and talent still win games. Gonzaga came out of – they had no – I mean, there's a reason for all of this. Gonzaga didn't play anybody good until they get to the tournament. They're just not ready for it. If they'd have gone through a season like big high D1 programs did back then, I think they'd have been more ready. But teams like Baylor, who were a little bit older, come and stole their lunch money, just beat them up. And that's how those senior-led teams do it. This isn't a bunch of senior-led dudes. This is 4 schools. Michigan's got a little bit of age that are all young or new together. This is going to be a good picture. And this might not even be the best game, the Duke game. I think the other Michigan State-Kansas game.
I don't think that's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be an ass whooping.
Well, I really do. I think it's about execution more than quality of title or a total score. I saw Kansas-Arkansas highlights. Kansas is already playing mid-level basketball. I mean, they're already 3 weeks into this, and they look very crisp. Good night for basketball. But the unveiling's all about Cooper.
That Kansas-UNC game last week, the final score was much closer than the game itself. It looked like it was going to be a trucking, and North Carolina made a nice run to make it close. Yeah. But Kansas was the better team almost throughout that thing. So
Michigan's going to bring their defense, going to play hard, get on the ground, and make you make mistakes. That's how they're going to beat Kansas. Kansas just has to execute and just power down low. Cooper Flagg's going to be unveiled tonight. He is going to be, for those that haven't seen him, I think you're going to be sold immediately. We got a 6'10" point guard is what he is, and he plays like it.
Well, I'm interested to see him against, not Army.
It's true that, and not cramping. I'm telling you, this guy Kerr Kneipel never play in the NBA. I don't think he'll ever be an NBA player. He's going to average 25 a game this year.
Wow.
He might score as much as Cooper Flagg.
They also have that the Maluak.
That's the other guy,
the big
stud.
freshman. He's like 7'3" or so. He's a giant.
Got a 7'5" wingspan.
Yeah, there's certainly some intriguing prospects on this team. My mindset now is I don't like teams that are built around a bunch of freshmen. Like, I have no expectations that Rutgers is going to be any good. I don't care how good the two guys you brought in are as freshmen. Like, you got to have grown-ass men to – like, Hurley proved grown-ass men beat freshmen now. That's just the way it is in college basketball.
They had freshmen. I mean, they did it with freshmen.
But they had grown-ass men on that team, too.
Well, Caravan's back, but they did it with Castle, and they did it with
but they did it with Donovan Clingan, but he was a grown man.
He was a freshman. He was a redshirt freshman.
But when
he was 19.
When they won the first time, those guys weren't there. They reloaded.
No, the formula is to win the title, but we're not there yet.
No, you're right.
You know what I mean? We're not there to march.
But what have we always, like, with all those Kentucky teams, when they had all these super freshmen, it's like, okay, they're probably not going to start great, but by the time the season comes to an end, they're going to be balling. I just think now, like, I don't know, most of these dudes, like, most of the guys on Kentucky are 20-something years old.
Yeah,
that's an edge, man.
I'll tell you, Kentucky fans this is a different world because those.
I'm curious how they look.
Yeah,
but
Kentucky had turned into Mac Brown, Texas, where they were winning. They cared more about the stars that they got in April and May, the signees. They cared more about the roster than they did about the team, and I think that's the sign of a declining program, and that's why Calipari was both asked and bailed. I mean, it was a mutual decision. And they felt very much like Texas did. Lots of talent there, but they just aren't winning. And then Pope's going to have to bring that.
I love Mark Pope. That's the other thing.
I'll take a 4-star that wants it than more than a 5-star that can.
But the good news is he's still Kentucky, and they're still going to get some guys that, that Kentucky gets.
Here's the thing. We talked about Shire replacing the man. It's going to when he loses 2 or 3 in a row, and he will. It's going to get ugly at Lexington. They don't put up with the losses very well.
Well, that's why you say replacing the man. Remember, Calipari's not even the man. Rick Pitino's looked at as the man at Kentucky. Well, and when he got replaced by Tubby Smith won a title, and they still ran his ass out of town.
Well, I think Pitino is loved for how he had to leave, but Calipari is he's the Lincoln on the Mount Rushmore there. He is.
You think so?
Oh, far ahead of Pitino.
Okay.
There's some things that happened in Lexington because of the Louisville connection. There's a lot of Lexington types don't like Pitino. Calipari arrived and was the savior. I mean, he brought Kentucky back.
I think Calipari is always going to be looked at as the guy he was the best recruiter.
Yeah, he's a used car salesman.
But Pitino was the better coach.
And the sad thing is, if you look at preparation for the league versus wins and losses, there has been no coach more appropriate to putting guys in the NBA, not so much teaching to win basketball games, but teaching players to play in the league. Calipari is the best to ever do it.
Well, he's also really good at getting the best players who are going to be in the NBA regardless. He just piles them together.
It's an art form. It's an art form to get 7 of them.
Yeah.
And all to play together and all believe that I'll get to the league scoring 12 points a night. And get them to buy in doing that. It's an art form.
All right, we'll be back. We'll check out the world of non-sports on the other side. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
Arasti is around San Antonio with one specific job in mind, and that's to get you out of pain. So many of us live our day-to-day lives just getting through, thinking about, well, if I go do this today, am I going to be limping around tomorrow? If I go, can I take care of my kids if I have to pick them up because I got a bad back? Can I do the things that I want to do? And if you've ever said, no, I can't do it because of pain, I want you to listen real close because Arasti's here and they can fix you and fix you fast. And it's not about pills to hide the pain. It's not about some kind of physical therapy program that will just prolong or keep things going. It's about getting fixed fast. Under 4 visits is the average for most of the Arasti patients. In fact, they're so good at what they do, well over 97% of all their patients would happily recommend Arasti to their friends and family. There's no better recommendation than that. But people ask, why are they so successful? Well, the way they go about fixing pain, it might not be something you're used to. Your body is manipulated to fixing itself in ways that you couldn't imagine, in quicker ways that I never thought could be possible. I walked in with lower back issues, those twinges, that seize that so many of us deal with. thinking it was the normal process. Lay on your back for 3 weeks and hope you can start walking around. I walked in and we went to work, man. And within 3 visits, I was back in business. That can be you. They're all around San Antonio. Rosti accepts most insurances. And here's the kicker. You don't need a referral. Call them right now. Here's the number. It's 1-800-404-6050. If you need a map of all the providers, go to Rosti.com. They got a good map. They're adding more providers every day. I bet there's one less than 10 minutes from where you are right now. Listen, don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. Rossi's out there to fix it. Call them today. Let them fix you up. Before you know it, you're going to be skipping by thanking me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you get into your midday commute, still have that trouble spot on the southeast side of town. 37 northbound approaching Pecan Valley. Got a left lane blocked with an accident. About a 25-minute delay. Stop and go from 122. On I-10 westbound Ackerman, a minor accident in that road work at 35 northbound Tupperwine to Pat Booker Road finally cleared. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
What's on? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL. Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch any big game with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. Football, basketball, all the fight. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, the Roo Pub, right next to the Angry Elephant. 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
You know what makes every diamond unique and special are his 4 C's. Its cut, clarity, color, and carat weight. But do you know what makes Diamonds Direct special and unique? It's our own 4 C's. The first C, concept. Diamonds Direct has revolutionized jewelry shopping by eliminating middleman markups and giving you direct access to the world's finest diamonds straight from the diamond cutters. The second C, choice. Diamonds Direct's multi-million-dollar selection of precious diamonds is unparalleled. And with over 4,000 designer settings to choose from, you are empowered to make a decision that works for your style and taste. Third C, confidence. With a nationwide price guarantee, a free lifetime warranty, our unique 110% diamond upgrade policy, and our no pressure, no risk environment, you have total peace of mind. And the fourth C, community. Every year we partner with local charities and nonprofits with significant donations of time, money, and jewelry to make this a better place for everyone. Diamonds Direct, as unique, as special, and as rare as every diamond in our showcase. Proud to call Alamo City home. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-583-5795. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-583-5795. That's 800-583-5795.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
At the Home Depot, we know Saturdays are for college football. That's why we have everything you need to never miss a play. Like Bear Dynasty interior paint, their most durable one-coat hide paint ever. From a team color statement wall to a fan cave, complete with a mural honoring Nick Saban's 17-year dynasty.
Hey, I like that idea.
Nothing beats Bear Dynasty interior paint. It's everything you need all in one can.
Defend your game time with Bear and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Valid only when intended to colors from the Bear Dynasty and Marquee Interior One-Coat Hide Color Collection.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 6:30. The Aggies, coming off their second bye of the season, take on New Mexico State. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
All right. Did you see this Stephen A. Smith? Like there's apparently like perhaps a employee war brewing.
Between he and McAfee?
Yes.
They're lining up. They got their cliques going?
Yes.
What, you on McAfee or Stephen A. side?
Stephen A. was the top dog for a long time, and then came McAfee wearing his flip-flops and
wife beater.
And
there's a new boy in town.
And he's very, very popular. And so now, of course, there's they're even though they're on the same team, they're competing. And McAfee signed a 5-year, $85 million contract with ESPN, currently the highest salary of anyone at the company. Now, to be fair, from my understanding, it's much like when you hear Howard Stern makes $250 million a year. He pays his entire staff, so it's like that money's not all going to him. And McAfee has a cast of
He's paying Aaron Rodgers
characters.
to come on.
Yeah. But I'm sure he's throwing A.J. Hawk some dough.
Oh, everybody, yeah.
He's not putting $85 million in his pocket.
But he's doing pretty well.
He's
making
doing
more
okay.
than Stephen A.
Well, Stephen A.'s deal expires next June, and he is looking to make more than McAfee.
Not going to happen.
And be the network's first $100 million on-air talent.
Not going to happen.
ESPN reportedly offered Stephen A. a 5-year, $90 million contract extension back in June, which he passed on.
Agreed.
That is surprising, first of all. There are reports saying that Stephen A. considers Pat McAfee an enemy of African Americans at ESPN. Athlon Sports reports that Dan Dockich once stated in an interview that there was erupting tension between Stephen A. and McAfee.
First of all, Dan Dockich isn't plugged into anything. He's been fired from ESPN for years.
He says McAfee's the enemy at ESPN, not amongst, Pitaro and Burke Magnus, those
we were
guys.
Talking about Jimmy Pitaro runs ESPN.
Yeah. Not amongst the suits, but amongst the on-air guys. They say the ESPNers that are African-American side with Stephen A. in their war.
Oh, man, they're all massive egos. They're all alphas. And, yes, sometimes you have talent that don't like each other. This is the best thing possible. Pitaro's sitting happy.
Of course.
But I can tell you this, Stephen A. will probably get $100 million. He'll probably get it. But the way that he's paid is going to be very unique because Disney ain't going to lay out $100 million for Stephen A.
I mean, there was the fact that he said no. All I can think of is I remember when Max Kellerman said no.
Yep.
And he was gone.
Gone in 2 years.
I remember when Skip Bayless said no. Gone.
Yep.
Like, dude, $90 million is a lot of money.
And McAfee's the next. I mean, trends change. Stephen A's got his niche, very different from McAfee. They can both coexist. Both, and you know what? If I'm Pitara, I don't mind the spite. I don't mind them lob hand grenades at each other. I like this. We're talking about it. I like it.
A gal says, I am innocent. Sure, I took 2 suitcases of cash to the UK from Mexico.
What's wrong with that?
Well, it wasn't cash technically. I was doing it. These men asked me to do it, and so I did it. They said, hey, the bags have 15 million pounds.
Oh, she was logging 15 million pounds?
Yeah. Not actual, like, the weight.
No, I mean, I'd have taken a flight someplace else. I'd have flown with it. I just wouldn't have landed where they thought I was going to be.
Yeah, first of all, when you say I'm innocent, even if you agree to smuggle 15 million pounds, that's illegal too. You're not allowed to smuggle those amounts of cash.
No, you have to declare that kind of money.
Yeah. But when they randomly checked, she was carrying not just pounds, but kilos. How about 43 kilos of cocaine?
Just in her suitcase.
And she said, what?
All I had was money.
I thought I was only transporting 15 million cash. I didn't know there was cocaine in here. Handcuffed, hauled off to jail. She's now facing 60 years behind bars. Wow. And she says, I'm innocent. I was forced to carry these bags at gunpoint. Never been in trouble in my entire life. They held a gun to my head and threatened to shoot me. I'm not a drug trafficker. She's a beautician. She said she was offered a free holiday in Mexico by 2 British men she befriended on an earlier break to Portugal, who said they had real estate interests in Central America. And towards the end of the week in Cancun, the men asked her to take 2 suitcases home with her, which they said were full of $250,000 in cash. Not 15 million pounds in cash. She said, I agreed to it because why not? Big deal. It's just money. I didn't see anything wrong with it.
It's not illegal to have.
I don't know. I don't know if you said, hey, can you fly with this $250,000 cash? I think I'd tell you no.
Well, that's right. I mean,
I'd say, how about you sell it to your buddy? It's
a big Zell.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't want to carry around all that money.
Too dirty.
She said then the 2 guys started to threaten me. They were annoyed because they thought I was trying to avoid taking the suitcases. One of them dragged me off the bed by my hair and held a gun to my head. I started panicking because I had beauty work booked, and my mom was expecting me home. She then missed a flight because she didn't have an electronic visa, and that's when it got rough. He said, I'll friggin' shoot you. It was the most frightening thing I've ever experienced. And she said, I thought I was going to end up dead if I didn't carry this money. At first, they were the nicest people, but now they'd taken my phone and my passport, and I just had to do it.
Well, we'll see you in 60. And thanks for playing.
Thank you.
That's a novel excuse. I didn't know, but that's not going to work.
As I was passing through security, they opened up one of the cases. The man said to me, what are you trying to bring in? I looked in the case and thought, that's not money. It looked like paper mache and was covered in some type of oil. My next thought was, is that cheese? Then they started to tear the cases apart, and they handcuffed her. And
this was at O'Hare Airport. This wasn't even going out of Mexico. She was in Chicago.
Well, that was. She went from Mexico to Chicago, and that's where they got her. But she's saying not guilty, not her fault.
Well, there's a lot of innocent people.
This was a big sort of big mistake. And Adele. I'm impressed by Adele. Adele is essentially the Andre the Giant of the entertainment world. Adele is claiming that she can drink 25 bottles of wine in one sitting.
Oh, no way.
The girl I want to take home to mom.
And remain sober.
No.
Well,
yeah.
There's no way.
She's wrapping up her Las Vegas residency and says that and by the way, I remember when Adele was hefty.
Yeah.
And then she lost a bunch of weight. But she says, I can drink 25 bottles of wine in a night and be sober. But if I start drinking liquor, it gets ugly real fast.
Is she still dating Maverick Carter? Is she still dating one of LeBron's boys?
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, I think that.
Oh no! Oh yeah, maybe so. Yeah. She's got a son. I know she was married before. I didn't know that she was with that.
15 bottles of wine. She's bragging about that.
Well, yeah. Like that's honestly like Andre the Giant, who could drink like 100 beers in a night, and then
you're an alcoholic. You're
How
bragging
dare
about. Well,
you.
at least you're a desperate binge drinker. 15 bottles of wine.
How dare you? I mean, listen, it's everybody's got their skills. She can sing and drink wine. That's pretty good.
Boone's Farm.
I hope it's not that.
Magic moments.
I hope it's not that. All right.
Tickle pink.
When we come back, we will we'll take a look at the daily lines. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Right now, your dishwasher is sitting with your plates in there, and there's water drying on your plate. And if the plate, when you pull it out of the dishwasher, has a bunch of white powder on it, that stuff's in your body. That stuff's on your skin. That stuff's on your hair. It's all over you. It's in the dog dish. It's all over your house. You don't want that white powder. If you see that, seriously, your water softener's not doing its job, if you even have one. If you're dealing with that, you got problems you need to address immediately, because what you're seeing is just the residual of what's in your pipes, that's in your refrigerator, in your ice maker, that's in places you don't want it. That's the kind of hard water that we fight so hard down here in South Texas to protect our homes from. Now, it makes some good beer, let me tell you. The water coming out of our aquifer makes some fine light beer, some good sweet tea, but you don't want it on your skin. You don't want it on your dishes. You don't want anything there. That's why Connecticut has been so successful around here. Designed and built in the United States, works on kinetic energy. You don't even plug that sucker in. Doesn't have a motherboard. It only works when you do, and what it does is take the stuff out of the water that you don't want. Now, how do you get it? Right now, if you're chasing the very best, you can call 656-PURE. 656-PURE. They'll come out and put a Connecticut in your home for 90 days to prove to you what I'm telling you, what all your neighbors already know, that Connecticut is the water softener you need for this part of the world. Now, here's a little bonus, a little benefit, something that I had to pay for, and most of your neighbors did too. If you'll buy within the next 90 days and get one of those brand new Connecticos, they're going to throw in a reverse osmosis water dispenser on your sink for free, something I had to pay for. We're talking about the cleanest water for your hot coffee. You're never going to buy another bottle of water ever again. There's absolutely no need. And you have the safety and security of having a Connecticut in your home. Call them today at 656-PURE. Go to the website, ConnecticutSA.com, for all the details regarding this. But listen, very rarely do you get an opportunity to get the very best and have them give it to you for 90 days to prove it to you. That's what you have now. Call Connecticut today, and I know you're going to thank me later.
I'm on the outside. Listen all this week to AJ and Rob to win tickets to see Aaron Lewis and the State Liners in their American As It Gets tour, coming to the Majestic Theater February 6th from 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and Senior Vice President of Men's Sexual Health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Guys, Underdog is the place to play if you're a sports fan looking to win money while you're watching sports. They've got all your favorite leagues, teams, and stars to choose from. You think Dak is going to have higher or lower yards than his stat coming up in this game? You can make money off that opinion at Underdog. Create entries with football, basketball, mix and match. You can do it all. They've even got college sports as well. I've been playing a lot of those college props. I think there is some money to be made in those deals. This week on Underdog, I'm looking at the Spurs. I'm going Wemby to go over on his rebounds. And guys, again, every sport is available on here. It's a blast, and it just makes the games more interesting. This season, they're running a special promo or bonus almost every single day. Profit boost, discounts, free picks. They're basically a sure thing. A player has to get higher than a half a point to get the win. All new users get a free pick. Download the app, sign up with the promo code Alamo, deposit now, and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash immediately. That's promo code Alamo. Must be 18 or older. Present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Every day, Cintas service reps help businesses get ready for the workday. They provide freshly laundered workwear delivered every week. Mats, mops, restroom and cleaning supplies. First aid and safety products to help your employees stay safe. They even test and inspect fire extinguishers and emergency lights. Cintas helps keep your business running smoothly. See what Cintas can do for you. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Monday night at 7:15. The Cowboys take center stage hosting the Houston Texans for Monday Night Football.
I like this kind of party!
Pregame starts after the Blitz at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
This is all cooking. How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This is Jason Minix, and you're listening to the home of the Texas Rangers, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
A couple things from the Brigade Bar. One, Corey says it was Rich Paul, not Maverick Carter.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. It was, it's still part of Maverick's crew.
Yeah. And
LeBron's crew.
Claymore, very defensive about Stephen A.
Oh, I know, right? Is he in love with him?
Well, I mean,
his dad or something.
I don't think we
have no idea.
I mean,
in love with him.
All I did was read the story, what Dan Dockich reported. And he's like, how dare you not say? And of course, yeah, Stephen A., I'm sure he did address it, and I'm sure he said that he loves Pat McAfee. But but the fact is that he passed on $90 million.
Yep.
It's a bold move.
It's a bold strategy.
I'm with you if it works, man. I'm with you if it works.
I don't get it. I've never really understood I guess I'm kind of, I don't watch McAfee. I get the appeal of it, I guess, because it's just dudes talking, which is kind of what I'm into. Like but I've never gotten the appeal of the debate shows like the Stephen A., the Skip Bayless. Like, that's never been for me.
I don't mind the
it was
debate.
clearly very popular.
I just
Go
don't
once
like
in a
the
while.
the
Let me tell
yelling.
you something, Skip.
I don't like the yelling. And
I
I
don't
don't
like
like
it
the
either.
contrived, okay, I'm anti to this, even though you're not. I've never appreciated that. We don't do that. But I don't know why Claymore's mad. Stephen A. is Stephen A. He ain't going anywhere. He is the 500-pound gorilla. He is the second biggest thing in sports. He just happens to be in the same company with now the biggest. And McAfee is he is the latest and greatest. And there'll be another one comes around the corner in about 5 years.
I don't think any of those guys are the biggest thing right now. I think the Kelsey brothers are the biggest thing
no,
right now.
I'm talking about in their particular line of work. Yeah, no, you're absolutely. I'm talking about guys that sit in front of a mic. There's 4 or 5 guys that are always at the preeminent, and they rotate. You have your season in the sun. Colin Cowherd had it. It's over. He's still huge, but when he was
dope,
being thought of as the wonder kid, that's long past. And before him, Jim Rome was the hot thing, and now he's just hanging on to. But
you mean the pimp in the box?
He's still hanging on a vine. But
He's
hey,
still
man,
the pimp in the box.
People still buying it. So carry on.
What time's Rome on our station?
He hits the airwaves right about noon.
All right, noon to 2.
Yep. He's the Blitz warm-up
pimp in the
back.
box.
On a vine.
What a guy. What a guy.
Eventually, McAfee's going to be embarrassed and mad that the next guy's up taking his spot.
I know. It's going to really piss him off. All right, let's do what we always do around this time and take a look at the daily lines.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Daily Lines brought to you by SA Card House, San Antonio's premier card house, located right there at 281 and Bitters. I'm going to be pissed off when the next latest and greatest thing comes and tries to take our shine, Rob.
Oh, it'll come.
Who's it going to be?
I don't know. They're probably in high school right now.
I'm going to hate that kid.
They're going to speak entirely in emojis.
I'm going to hate him. I hope people on the Brigade Bar defend us the way they're defending Stephen A. when the time comes. Say, screw those guys. AJ and Rob are the best. All right, let's take a look at the daily lines. And as we know, today is a very important day in NBA history as the Emirates Cup gets underway. And it starts off with one of the premier matchups, one of the matchups we've all been anticipating and waiting for, the Celtics and the Hawks. The Celtics 15-point favorites against the Hawks. I mean, this is a dream match, really, is all you can say.
Hey, as a Spurs fan, I kind of need Atlanta to start losing some games. Come on, Boston, step on it. I'm not worried about covering or any kind of lines. I just need Atlanta to lose a lot of basketball games.
I think you're probably in good shape there. The Hornets are at the Magic. Magic 8-point favorites. 212 is your total there. I like the Magic. I don't want to lay a big number without Paolo out there, so I'll probably stay away from that. How about this one? The Heat laying 1.5 in Detroit.
I keep jumping on this Detroit wagon that eventually they're going to do it, but
you're tired of it for now.
Well, think about it. All Detroit has to do tonight to cover is just win the game.
Yeah.
Just win the game, and every gambler in the country be happy with you. That is not out of Miami, and they're not going to be able to do it. Miami's going to beat them.
Knicks -3 at the Sixers.
That's an interesting one there.
That's an interesting line. It is. You never know who's going to play for the Sixers. Raptors catching 8 at Milwaukee. What? Are we talking about the same Milwaukee Bucks? The Doc Rivers coached Milwaukee Bucks are laying a touchdown and a 2-point conversion?
I'm a Toronto fan tonight.
Oh, boy. Phoenix, a 4-point favorite at Utah.
They're playing good basketball. They're going to cover 4.
Did you say Utes? And the Timberwolves, 8.5-point favorites in Portland. Mavericks plus 2.5 at Golden State. That's surprising to me. Is Steph hurt?
Not that I know of.
The Mavs are like 6-5.
Yeah, they're not playing very good.
Yeah, the Warriors have been badass.
That's another funny line.
That feels like
somebody's out. There's
feels
somebody
like
missing.
That's a trap. That's a trap.
Well, it's Klay Thompson's return. That's what it is.
Oh, well, if you're not into NBA tonight, good news. There's college football. College foots. Maction, midweek Maction, Central Michigan at Toledo. The Rockets, minus 14.5. Central Michigan did me right last night, but that was the basketball team.
I was going to say, didn't I just follow them last night?
Yeah, that was basketball. They covered against Marquette.
Are we talking about Cooper Rush's alma mater? Well, is he
no,
Central
it is
Michigan?
Central Michigan. Yeah, he's a Central Michigan type.
That's enough right there. I mean,
the Buffalo Bulls, 3.5-point favorites, hosting Ball State. I think I kind of like Buffalo there. 3.5 feels short.
I don't know.
You don't watch MAC football?
Well, I know what Buffalo was. I just don't know what they are now.
Well, they don't have Khalil Mack anymore. And Western Michigan catching 8.5 at Bowling Green. Bowling Green, a big favorite. Bowling Green might be the best team in the MAC.
So does Michigan lead the country in directional schools now? So Louisiana used to have all the direct. You had north, south, east, west, north, south Louisiana, east, west Louisiana, northwestern Louisiana, southeastern Louisiana.
Florida has a lot.
But they've got a lot of like
South,
Atlantic,
Central, Atlantic, yeah.
But Michigan, we got Central.
So you got Western, Central, and Eastern.
And then that's pretty good.
That's strong.
For a small state.
Strong.
Lots of directions being represented.
Yeah. I think Illinois has a Southern and an Eastern Illinois.
Is there a North? I think there might even be a Northern.
There is an IU, yeah.
There we go.
And
now,
they've got the Western Illinois Leathernecks.
And so A&M Commerce is now East Texas A&M. Is that what happened?
I think it's A&M East Texas.
A&M East Texas. So normally you want to get away from the directional school.
Texas A&M East.
East.
Yeah.
You want to be a direction.
I wouldn't think so.
But some states own it.
Rin says Bogdan's out for at least a month. That must be what
that might be it, but I don't think that's enough for that line.
And also Mike says Jim Rome's better than you guys, LOL. No, he's not. That's a lie, Mike. That's a lie. Jim Rome's not even on radio in Houston anymore because of me. I retired, and we had a funeral show for him. Killed him.
I remember one year he was doing a tour stop.
Here in San Antonio?
Yeah, well, no, they came through Austin, and my brother and I emceed the tour stop. And it was a crazy time. He was very much Pat McAfee then.
There was a time for him.
Very much a rock star.
There was a time for him. But every once in a while, if you're going to be in the same business for 30 years, you got to change up your shtick.
Unless it works, he's still getting paid.
I suppose. He can't be getting paid the way he once was, though.
No, but,
had his run. There is some college basketball tonight. We talked about a couple of the big matchups tonight. And we've got Michigan State at Kansas. That's the first one. The State Farm Champions
Classic. You like
Classic.
Kansas to run away from them.
I do. Kansas minus 5.5. I think they'll truck Michigan State. Baylor, 16.5-point favorites hosting Sam Houston. I don't know about Baylor. Baylor stinks on defense, which is kind of weird to say, but they stink on defense.
But what they do to teams like Stephen F., and this is a backyard brawl, I wouldn't touch it because these guys all know each other. But what they do typically to teams like that is they just beat the crap out of them, just bully them for 40 minutes.
Ole Miss minus 17.5 hosting South Alabama. And Duke, 5.5-point favorites over Kentucky.
You like Kentucky, I like Duke on this one.
All right. Daily Line's brought to you by SA Card House, San Antonio's premier card house. That's going to do it for us, friends. We'll be back tomorrow, 6 a.m. for a hump day. Till then, Blitz at 2.
On your ride to work, it's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson, KTFM Floresville.
Train heating and cooling systems are tested.